fam, welcome back. I'm Desi and this is DezzieLunaTarot. So today we are going to be going over some very important messages that are going to help you really boss up this year in a healthy and authentic way and in a sustainable way, because that is really important, is sustainability. So I felt really called to do this reading for this year, but it's funny because I was originally going to do it for the first weekend of this year, and some things happened and then it got pushed back to this weekend. And it was actually divine timing because when I'm posting it is actually the day after Quitter's Day. It's the second Friday of the new year, and on that day, a lot of people quit their New Year's resolutions or their goals or whatever they were trying to work towards because they just feel really unmotivated, they feel tired, they feel like they're not getting anywhere, and maybe you feel like all of these things, and maybe yesterday you decided, hey, I can't do this anymore, or I'm so tired, or I overbooked myself. And today we're going to get into number one. First of all, you deserve to achieve your goal. You deserve happiness. You deserve to receive good things into your life. And whatever goal you set for yourself is not unreachable. It's not impossible to get. And second of all, now that, these past few weeks have happened and you have gone through whatever you've gone through, we're going to get into why it didn't work and how we can make a plan for you to follow that's actually going to work. That's going to be a sustainable plan. That's going to be a plan that you can achieve. And we're looking for long-term, baby, because we're looking for long-term success, not short-term, quick, overnight success that lasts a day, or not, some quick fix that disintegrates the next time you wake up and you feel tired. No, we're looking for long-term solutions here. So that's what this reading is about. And I hope by the end of this reading that you feel more motivated and inspired to help yourself and to come up with a plan that you can be consistent with over time and reach your goal. So, alrighty, I will introduce the piles to you and then we will get to your reading. This is pile 1, pile 2, and pile 3. Don't forget to take 3 deep mindful breaths to center yourself and to really tune into your intuition so you can accurately and intuitively pick the pile that best suits you and that has messages for you in that pile. Alrighty, pause the video if you need any more time, but with that, I will see you at your pile. Hi pile 1, welcome to your reading. So you chose this beautiful pyrite. It is so eye-catching, so beautiful, and it kind of reminds me of a maze, but not in a bad way, because sometimes we have to take different routes to know that it's not for us until we finally find the right route that we know is for us and to be able to reach our goal. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna put this right here because you will reach your goals and dreams that are for your highest good. So I'm intending that. That is my intention. I set the intention. So I'm putting it on top of this message. You can reach your goal. And this is representative of you, pile 1. So I'm putting that on top of the message here. You will reach your goal that is for your highest good. Any goals that are not for your highest good, Spirit will help reveal those to you, either through this reading or just through another way that they can reach you in life in general, through signs and stuff like that. And if a goal is for your highest good, then you will know that as well. Okay, so for the reading, we're going to get into why you have gone through what you've gone through and hit this rough patch with trying to reach whatever goal you're trying to achieve. We're going to see what is going on there and maybe ways to fix it, some advice for you on how you can achieve your goals, and how to make a sustainable plan that you can be committed to and show up consistently with. Alrighty, let's get into it. So we have snake deception, Milky Way network marketing, internet fame, expand spotlight, 22 crow, memories, remembering, mystery, magical power, new event or happening, clever problem solver. Elephant, gentle, lucid dreams, keep your wits about you, powerful, wise, trust, easily remove obstacles, supportive. And also elephants remind me a lot of loyalty as well. So before I even started recording, I got a message through that you may be a perfectionist. You may stall on completing or starting something because you are such a perfectionist that you freeze up. It feels like you may not be able to take a step forward or even start the process because you're afraid of failing, or you're afraid of misstepping or doing something wrong, or an outcome that you aren't prepared for. And with this, it seems like you are really passionate and loyal about a topic and you want to share it with other people and even become famous or well known in your field for whatever it is, whether you're publishing a scientific journal or you are trying to get known for your sewing and your creativity, or if you have advice and messages you'd like to give people, or whether it's through like cooking and you want to be a famous chef or something like that, but you want to be well known and respected and famous in a way for what you're trying to do and for whatever job or hobby or passion that you have. But it seems like you are afraid of being famous, afraid of being in the spotlight, because honestly, it can be scary because you have millions or thousands or hundreds of people watching your every move, interested in your life. Privacy becomes even more sacred than it already is right now, because sometimes it's hard to keep things private when you become famous. And you're afraid of deceptive people, deceptive forces, changing other people's opinions about you, or saying false things, or accusing you of things, or even just not allowing the room for forgiveness, because the internet can be very forgiving in some aspects and very unforgiving in other aspects. And cancel culture was a huge thing, and it's not as bad as it was a few years ago, but at one point it got really bad to where people were wanting to cancel people for literally pretty much anything. Small human errors that the people canceling the famous people for do every single day in their lives, but because the people behind the computer aren't in the spotlight, they don't feel like it applies to them. But actually, I mean, it does. And these are the things that you may be afraid of that are paralyzing you in fear. And you may be remembering how those people that got canceled, how it affected their lives and whether or not they deserved it, and the controversy behind that and the controversy behind getting canceled. And you're very observant of just everything. You're a very observant person. You're good at analyzing data. You're good at just taking in information. And from what you've seen, it's kind of made you scared to further pursue your passion, even though you are very loyal to your passion, and you may even be very gentle-hearted in general. You may have a very pure, gentle heart and you just want to do what you love, but now you're a little bit afraid of doing what you love, not for the sake of doing it, but for the sake of being popular, being in the spotlight. You're afraid of people seeing you and not liking what they see, or coming up with fake lies for drama. And Spirit is saying that you are supported, that everything is going to be okay, and they have your back. And any goal that is for your highest good, you're going to be protected in the process of achieving that goal. And even after you achieve that goal, you will be protected. And they are a family for you. If you look at these pictures here, okay, you may feel alone. You may feel like this little crow right here, the observant one, the intelligent one, and he's sitting alone here, right? And this snake is also alone. It's a single snake. And you may feel like it's you versus them, but in reality, you have a family. You have a spiritual family that's got your back. You know, they are protecting you. Like this mama elephant is protecting this little elephant here. They have your back. They're supporting you. See, this is a whole group of people up here celebrating together that they have climbed and scaled this mountain together and now see this beautiful starry view. They are celebrating together. They have each other's backs. They helped each other scale that freaking mountain. And Spirit is saying that they have your back during and after the process, and that they love you very much, and everything is going to be okay. And I know that's easier said than actually believing and following through with that belief. But whatever you have to do to help yourself overcome this fear, Spirit does recommend doing that, as long as it's like healthy coping mechanisms and nothing that's bad for you, right? But overcoming this fear and these blockages with perfectionism and the fear of being seen is very important, because it seems like you may be self-sabotaging so that you don't actually reach your goal, because you're afraid of being seen. You're afraid of the consequences of being seen, of being popular or successful or, very well regarded in your field, whatever it may be. And this is why you haven't reached your goal yet. Yeah, so you're at a crossroads here, and you can weigh the options. You can continue self-sabotaging yourself and never reaching your goals and your true desires in life and live a life of mediocrity, because you wouldn't want this if it wasn't meant for you. And I'm talking about true desire, like something you can't shake. If you really, really desire this, and even though you're afraid of it, you keep coming back to it, then it's meant to be yours. And Spirit is saying you have a decision to make. You can either choose healing, even though it's maybe a harder path, or you can choose the easy way and to keep doing what you're doing. But it's up to you. Your spirit guides have your back no matter what. They'll support you no matter what. Because ultimately it's our decision, it's our life, we're the one alive here on earth. But Spirit really is encouraging you to help yourself so that you can reach your dreams, you can reach your goals. Because you deserve it, Pile 1. You deserve to be happy and to reach your goals, and to understand that it doesn't matter what those haters say or don't say. It doesn't matter. The negative things are not a reflection of who you truly are. And the opinions that truly matter of yourself are what you think of yourself and any close, trusted loved ones that have your back. And I'm not talking about a friend that's kind of a friend but not really, and they're secretly jealous of you and they talk about you behind their back. I'm not talking about those types of people. I'm talking about like a true, like, honest, good, loyal friend that always has your back, that you really trust their opinion, and they want you to succeed and you want them to succeed, and you guys have a really healthy, good relationship. The only opinions that really matter are yours and people like that, not some like fucktard on the internet that is bored, so he decides to poke fun at other people, not stupid trolls or people that make other people miserable for a paycheck, or for attention. Those people don't matter. And that is something that Spirit is wanting you to learn. Letter, writing, communication, making contact, written documents. They've been trying to send you this message for a while now, but you've been ignoring it out of fear. And Spirit is saying, you know, screw these trolls. Nobody takes them seriously anyway. And anybody who does take it seriously, anything that they say, well, they're just ignorant. Whether they're choosing to be ignorant or they really are ignorant, because sometimes people choose ignorance because they don't feel like actually researching into something and digging and finding out things themselves. And sometimes people just are ignorant. But yeah, Spirit has been trying to communicate with you for a while. They've been trying to make contact with you and let you know that everything's going to be okay, that they love you and they have your back, and that you deserve to be successful. You deserve to make your dreams come true. And now is the time to make your dreams come true, pile one. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in this reading. So don't go telling a bunch of people about your goals. Keep it to yourself. You know, this fox always reminds me of being like stealthy, keeping things to themselves, very strategic. You know, foxes are very intelligent. And Spirit is saying that the more people know about your goal or what you're aiming for, the more doubt can creep in because of their unfiltered opinions, and those opinions may not even hold any weight, but you think they do because maybe it gets to you, it gets under your skin. And Spirit is saying to prevent that, don't tell everybody your goals and visions and dreams. Just do it. Just start planning for it, start being strategic, and start making moves and working your way to your goal without telling a bunch of people, because you don't need external validation. You know what's good for you. You know what you like and love in this life. You know what your interests are and what you really deeply connect to and resonate with. So, and what brings you joy, like what genuinely brings you joy. You don't need somebody else to tell you what you love doing. You know what I mean? So don't worry about other people's opinions. Child, beginnings, innocence, brand new, creativity, spontaneous, inexperienced, new perspective. So Spirit is asking for you to have a new perspective on this situation, about yourself, about success, about fame, about achieving your goals, and that you can go about this in a strategic way. I mean, look at all the famous people in the world. How often is it that they get canceled? It's a very small percentage that gets canceled, or that trolls end up ruining that person's career or something like that. And sometimes it's just the person is very unlucky, even though they didn't really deserve it. And other times it was very justified and very well deserved. But it's not a high percentage of people. So even the likelihood of that happening to you isn't very high. And, you know, there's different ways to combat this. There's different ways to help yourself mitigate any misunderstandings on the internet, like not putting out things that can be misconstrued, or not saying very dirty things that, you know, can be clipped and reinterpreted and stuff like that. So there's different ways that you can lessen the chance of things going wrong. And if you want to research into those ways, do it. If you want to look up different ways to have a positive presence online, I mean, do it. But Spirit is saying that everything is going to be okay, and to stop worrying about these trolls and the opinions of other people, and to start listening to your intuition, listening to your heart and what you truly want and desire. Yeah, that's so wild. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this is, compass, true north, discovery, life path, seeking truth, direction, find your way, know where you're going, make a plan, explore, everything we've been talking about. And also another 22. So 22 is a master number, and we've had it come out 3 freaking times, and there's a number 2 right here. So I would definitely look that number up. Actually, I'll look that number up right now. But before I do that, what is your heart telling you to do? And I was thinking today, if you fear something, then that's all the more reason to do it. Because, if you face your fears, 1, you're going to grow as a person, and 2, that fear isn't going to control you anymore. And Spirit is saying they know you want this. You know you want this. So fuck these trolls. Get them out of here, okay? We don't need them. And start trusting your own wishes and your own desires. Wheel of Fortune. This is fated. Like I was saying, your desires are fated. They are meant for you, pile 1. And we have Pisces here. So you may be a Pisces. Your sun, moon, rising, Venus may be Pisces. You may have a lot of Pisces placement in your birth chart, but also like Pisces are dreamers. So Spirit is saying to allow yourself to dream big. It's okay to dream big. It's okay to go after your dreams. And you are going to reach your goals and your dreams if you decide that you want to. And if you stop sabotaging yourself and actually start making moves to face your fears. Because we have Scythe, sudden, unexpected, release, liberate, rip off the Band-Aid. So Spirit is asking for you to rip off this Band-Aid of fear and to liberate yourself. We have intellectual, idealistic, communicative, curious, bright ideas. It's developing. You are so intelligent, and your work, your goals that you're trying to achieve are very meaningful. They hold weight, and they are not only going to help you, they're going to help a lot of other people, whether it makes them laugh and smile and get through tough emotions, or whether it inspires them, whether it educates them, whether it opens their eyes to different perspectives or another way of life or another way of living. Whatever it is that you're planning to do, that your goals are, it is worth pursuing. And Spirit is saying that the earth, everybody here will be better off with you pursuing this goal. You will be better off pursuing this goal. And I'm not saying that as in, oh, if you don't pursue this goal, then everything's going to go terribly and you're going to be responsible for this and that. That's not it at all. All Spirit is saying is that if you don't go after this goal, it's going to be sad because you aren't receiving your dreams into your life. You aren't, doing what you truly desire to do. And that's very sad on a personal level. But by completing your dream, by achieving your dream, you're not only going to be joyful yourself, but your joy that you experience is going to have a positive effect on those around you. Because think about it. People that are miserable, do they spread joy and happiness? No, not really. People that are happy, they tend to help others see that, oh, maybe I can become happy too. So, but that's a whole nother thing, and that's not really the point of this reading. The point of this is that Spirit wants you to be happy, and you have been, it seems like you have been preventing yourself because you've been so held up in fear of success and achievement. And on the back of the deck, we have White Wolf, confidence, guidance, trust your inner knowing, believe in your power, instinctual freedom, resilience, stamina. Spirit will guide you, will help you achieve your goal. They will help you after you've achieved your goal to accept and receive your goal. They will help you gain the confidence you need. And it's up to you to start allowing them to help you. because you need to believe in your power. You need to believe that you are capable of this, because you are, pile one. You're so smart and intuitive and intelligent, and you have so many talents and passions and so much to offer this world, and Spirit is saying don't waste that. And you're going to be so much more free once you actually start going for your dream and achieving it, because maybe as of right now you feel stifled in your current occupation or career or where you're at in life or something like that because you want more. Okay, so now we're going to get into ways that you can start achieving your goal and your dreams, and they're going to be spiritual advice, practical advice, whatever wants to come through. And also, I just want to say that I hope that you are not taking any of this as a personal attack. Spirit and I never mean it that way in any way, shape, or form. We love you so very much, and when we speak bluntly, we just want you to understand and receive these messages and to be able to process them, because if I were to sugarcoat everything and beat around the bush and just try to subtly hint at things, a lot of people aren't going to get it. Sometimes people need to be told frankly so that it's very clear what the messages are. And I apologize if my frankness ever offends anybody. That's not the intent behind any of this. But with that being said, let's dive further into this and start getting into the guidance. Wow, that is so beautiful. So we have number 40, pleasure, and 54, freedom. And then on the back of the deck, we have perseverance, number 39. So Spirit is saying that you will find freedom in pursuing what you find pleasurable, what you really love and desire in this life. So if you're trying to reach a goal just because it's something other people expect of you or want from you, that's gonna be a really difficult, very difficult goal to achieve. And most of the time, it's not really worth it, because if it's not something you truly want, you're just doing it for the happiness of others while betraying your own wants and desires. And that's not really fair to you, because if those other people want that thing, they should just do it themselves. They shouldn't pressure you into doing it. You know what I'm saying? And plus, whenever we have a goal, it helps to be able to remind ourselves why we're doing it in the first place, to help remotivate us whenever we fall into a rough patch. And that's almost impossible to do if the goal we're trying to achieve is because of other people's or societal expectations of us. For example, having the perfect body and working out, losing weight, being really fit looking, all the magazines and TV shows and Hollywood and just society in general really pressures people to having the perfect body. A lot of people are just comfortable with the body that they're in, and what makes them uncomfortable is fear of judgment from others, fear of judgment from society and societal standards. So whenever they make a goal like, this year I'm gonna lose 50 pounds, they have a hard time reaching that goal or sustaining that goal because it's not what they actually want, or it doesn't outweigh the personal pleasure of having a certain lifestyle, and they're not willing to forego their current lifestyle for the expectations of society. So that's why they end up stopping and quitting. Even though they've lost 10 pounds, it's like, I don't really need to lose another 40, I'm fine. So what I'm getting at is you should be going after goals that you truly desire and that you truly want. And by doing that, you will be able to reach them easier, and they're going to be more attainable, because along the way you will be able to remotivate yourself and remind yourself why you're trying to reach this goal. It's because I love cooking. I have always loved cooking, I've always loved baking, and I love when other people enjoy my things that I cook for them and the smile they have on their face when they take that first bite of the meal that I made for them. Or I really love singing. It is a way for me to express myself, and I love getting compliments on my voice or my fashion sense or whatever it is, okay? Spirit is saying that you need to be passionate about your goal. So if you're trying to be famous just because, I don't know, that's the thing to do nowadays, is to become internet famous, that's not really a great reason to become famous, right? But if you want to become famous because maybe you want people to see you perform and you want to motivate people, or you want to reach a large audience and entertain people, and you enjoy entertaining people, you enjoy helping people or motivating people or playing games and showing other people how to play games, the more passion and drive you have for it, the better off you are. Plus, by truly wanting to achieve that goal and being passionate about it, when you actually achieve that goal, you're going to be so happy you did it. It's going to be so freeing, and it's going to be so satisfying. But if you don't want to achieve that goal, it's going to be like, okay, I did it, now what? And it's not going to be satisfying, it's not going to be freeing. But if you actually love the goal that you're trying to achieve, it's going to be like a breath of fresh air. It's going to be so exhilarating and satisfying, and it's going to help you express yourself, and it's going to bring you freedom, whether it's financial freedom, whether it is freedom of expression, whether it is freedom of like authenticity, being able to freely speak for yourself, or whatever freedom it is. It's gonna feel good, and you're gonna be glad that you did it, is what I'm hearing. And then on the back of the deck, just like what I was saying before, if you truly want it for your own sake, for your own passions and desires, it's going to be easier to remotivate yourself along the way. Because you best believe that she's going to be taking some breaks, scaling this mountain. I mean, she is literally scaling the side of a mountain here. And you don't think that she's going to get tired at some point? And in her, periods of being tired, she's going to need to, one, rest, and secondly, remotivate herself to get going again, right? And so that's the message coming through, is along your journey, first of all, you need to plan for rest periods. You don't need to be working on your goal every single day. You're going to burn yourself out doing that. But taking breaks and setting aside days of the week where you literally don't do anything to do with your goal, and you just do something fun that you find either relaxing or exciting or stimulating or whatever, that's just a good old time, that is going to rejuvenate you and give you energy again to keep going and keep pursuing your goal, right? So also, I want to talk to you about sustainable planning. Now, a lot of people, they get excited about an idea and then they just go for it. And they're like, I'm going to dedicate like 5 hours a day to my goal, and I'm going to get my goal done in like 2 weeks or 2 months or in a year. And they don't actually plan for long-term sustainability. Because if you work on something 5 hours a day, 7 days a week, without giving your mind or your body or your mental a rest, you are going to get really tired and burnt out. So that's why consistency with small actions over time lead to big results. So instead of planning to set aside 3 hours or 2 hours or even an hour each day towards your goal, start with 5 to 15 minutes. I know, I sound crazy because you're like, Desi, what the fuck am I gonna get done in 5 minutes? That is no time at all. But you wouldn't believe how much that adds up over time. Just 5 minutes a day out of a year. Like, let's do the math here, okay? So if you were to spend only 5 minutes a day, 5 days a week, every week, for a year on something, you would spend over 1,300 minutes, which comes out to be around 21 hours, a little over 21 hours dedicated to that craft. That's only 5 minutes, y'all. Only 5 minutes, okay? That is nothing. But you would have over 20 hours of time of progress into your goal. So that is a lot of time, that's a lot of progress. But I want to get into planning, like the actual planning part. So scheduling for yourself. Whenever you set aside the 5 to 15 minutes a day that you'll be working on your goal, make sure it's during a time that you're going to have the least interruptions and the time that you will be able to mentally focus on your goal. So for example, if you are more of a morning person, but you have to get ready for work and all this other stuff, maybe making it to where whenever you wake up on the weekends, and that's the time that you really have more freedom for yourself and to do what you need to do, like make it to where you can work towards your goal on off days or weekends. And then during the week, maybe during lunchtime, you take 5 to 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be the same time every single day, right? It's just making it to where you have the least interruptions during the time that you are focusing on your goal would be ideal. And also, writing out your goal and the list of steps you need to take to achieve that goal is very important. And having that list handy with you for whenever you have that time of day that you're dedicating toward your goal, pick a thing that you're going to do on that list before your 15 minutes starts, so that you can dedicate the full 15 minutes towards whatever you're doing. And I'm hearing, don't be afraid to ask for help with your goal with a trusted professional in that area of expertise. So like if you're opening a business, going to somebody to help you open your business isn't necessarily a bad thing, as long as it's a professional and it's someone who can and will help you. And if you have any pets, I highly recommend not letting them distract you during your 15 minutes. I love my cat so much, she's so adorable, but I do get distracted by her pretty often. And whenever I'm trying to edit videos and stuff like that, she really likes to come over and get me to play with her, hold her and cuddle with her and all that. And it does make the editing process for my videos way longer than it usually is. So if you have pets or children, maybe doing it during a time where you are not around them would be better, because you won't be as distracted. And that message isn't for everybody, because there are people out there that don't have pets or kids and stuff like that. But just in general, plan for interruptions and how to evade them. So if you have an addiction to your phone, or you have a tendency to lose focus easily, limiting any distractions, like putting your phone on silent, clearing out the notifications on your phone, or just not even having your phone around while you're doing this would be very helpful for you. And also, planning for hiccups, planning for periods of doubt, periods of losing motivation is very important for the long-term sustainability of achieving your goal and maintaining commitment to your goal. Because if you plan for everything to just be smooth sailing and to be perfect, then whenever something does happen, your plan is going to get derailed pretty easily. But if you have a contingency plan for yourself, it's going to be easier to get back on track. What I mean by this is, write out why you want to achieve your goal. Write out why you're passionate about it, why you want to do it, why it matters to you. And anytime that you start to just have doubt and worry and fear creep back in that causes you to lose motivation or anything like that, read that letter to yourself. Read why you're doing this. Remind yourself why you are going after this goal and how you're going to feel after you achieve this goal, and that you really want to feel that way and to achieve this dream of yours. So also another suggestion that may help is to not only write out why you're wanting to do your goal and how you're going to feel once you achieve it and stuff like that, but also making a playlist of videos and songs and motivational speeches that you can go back to whenever you're feeling that you need motivation. So this could be like making a playlist of songs that's very motivational and gets your blood pumping and your heart pumping and you get excited whenever you listen to it. And I would suggest positive things, like positive, encouraging things, and also, videos about just anything that makes you feel happy and motivated. Sometimes I like watching advice videos for ADHD people and people who have ADHD who have overcame different symptoms and procrastination and have systems down that really help themselves. And I will also try out those systems. And sometimes they really do work for me and they really do help me a lot. And recently, this one YouTuber, her YouTube channel is called Clutterbug. I can't remember her actual name, but she makes a lot of videos on like how to declutter your home, what type of person you are with your home. If you like organization to be more visual or things to be stored away or labeled, she helps you figure out what type of environment you do best in and how to achieve that environment. So watching things like that is going to really help you also, especially during periods of time where you feel unmotivated. And we don't always have somebody there to help motivate us on a day-to-day basis. So it's up to us to find ways to motivate ourselves, especially whenever self-discipline isn't doing it that day, because sometimes we go through periods where it's harder for us to be self-disciplined and to follow a schedule and to follow a plan because we're human and we have emotions, we have drive, we have days we're exhausted, and sometimes on those days we're extra exhausted, it's extra hard to follow a plan. And another thing is to help you avoid burnout and exhaustion, plan for rest days. Plan for days that you are going to do nothing but veg out or do your favorite thing or go hiking or do something that's going to help rejuvenate you and your battery, whether it's a social battery or just give you energy in general. But you can't continuously work on something back to back, day after day, hour after hour without a break. Like I said, we're not robots, you know what I mean? So another thing that is coming through for some people, so this really works well for people with ADHD. I don't know about neurotypical people, but making a calendar and just putting what you need to get done that day for your goal, like just one thing, and that's it. So like the 5 to 15 minutes, what you're gonna do during that 5 to 15 minutes, maybe it's research cupcakes or something. And that's the only thing that you do for that day that you have to get done. Because if we list out like 10 things that we need to do for our goal for each day, that seems very overwhelming, especially looking at a calendar of things to do. That's like 20 things in 2 days. So that can get very overwhelming very quickly, especially for people with ADHD. Sometimes a list can be paralyzing and just cause us to procrastinate more. So narrowing it down to the must-have, must-do thing for that day and writing it down and that being the only thing on your goal calendar for that day, it makes it much more easier to do it because it's not as stressful. And obviously you're gonna have other things planned for the day, but that's on a separate list and that's like chores and mundane things, you know what I mean? It's not for your goal. We're only talking about your goal here. And I would have a separate calendar for your goal, and I would plan out and write out what we've been talking about. So the rest days where you do nothing toward your goal, and the one thing that you do on the days that you are working towards your goal. So I wrote out, looks like word vomit, and it looks so disorganized, but sometimes your ideas, they just get moving, right? But basically, the other thing I wanted to mention here out of this entire list is, if you have ADHD, making a blocked schedule means that you aren't setting a specific time that you have to do something, but rather you're scheduling it like, I need to get this one thing done on this day or over a period of 2 days. It doesn't matter what time of day I do it, I just need to get it done. And setting a due date for yourself is very important and very helpful for people with ADHD, but giving flexibility for the process is important because, I don't know, procrastination is a thing, even if we don't want it to be. So sometimes that, gets in the way, and other times it doesn't. I've noticed myself that I get more done if I allow myself to be a bit more flexible with when I get it done, and then have a hard due date of when it's due by. So with people that are neurotypical, some people prefer having set times that they schedule for themselves to do something. So for your 5 to 15 minutes a day that you're getting your one task done towards your goal on that day, setting a time like, I am going to do this at 6 p.m. after I've already eaten dinner and I feel like energized, or after I've worked out and showered and done my own personal stuff. Then I'm going to work on my goal for the day at 6 p.m. and then set an alarm for yourself and actually write it down on your calendar, in your phone, set an alarm for yourself, whatever it is. So those are 2 different ways you can schedule things for yourself, depending on your personality type and what works best for you. And another thing is you can make a vision board. And I feel like this isn't for everybody. Some people like vision boards, some don't. But I am proposing a different kind of vision board than just pasting a bunch of pictures on a piece of paper. So I got this from a video. I will link the video down below, but I'm just going to give the short version of it. The lady, she explains it in much more detail and the reasoning behind it on why she created a vision board like this. But it's basically 3 parts. The first part is, what is your goal? The second part is the actions you need to take to achieve your goal. And the third part is how to support yourself during the process, what you need to be able to do these things. So we're going to start with part 1. What is your goal? I get overwhelmed by the entire thing being covered in pictures. Some people may not, but it is a vision board, so you still need pictures, because the whole point is to see yourself achieving these things, right? But what I thought of is just putting your goal in a written word here, and then a picture of what you want up here. For example, this one would be, if you want to be a chef, I'm just going to pick that. What is your monthly income that you want to make? What is your, if you want to be a chef that also has a YouTube channel, what is your subscriber count that you want? What is the type of food that you will be specializing in making? Or is it a bunch of different things? Put down pictures of the cuisines that you want to become an expert in, or that you want to actually make. Put down the dream comment you want to receive, or the dream review that you want to receive on your restaurant. And maybe you want to have a company logo for your YouTube channel or your restaurant. Put a picture of the company logo, but you want to see here the success of your goal. So you're going to put not only a visual representation of that goal, like the logo, but also you're going to put a monthly income picture here of making however much you want to make, the subscriber count of however many subscribers you want, or the 5-star reviews that you want type of deal. And you're like, but Desi, these things don't exist yet. That's why you use pictures that you find online, and you can like change it to better fit you. Or they said in the video that POV, point of view, is important. So some of these pictures you can take yourself. For example, having a camera that's recording yourself cooking and then taking a picture of that camera with you in the reflection, right? Because now you're seeing yourself actually doing those things, and that's very important here. And then another thing would be somebody taking a picture of you at your computer with a YouTube, your own channel pulled up or something like that, with you working on editing your videos or something like that. And the monthly income can be a screenshot you take of something online, but that's the income that you want to see for yourself. Part 2, actions needed, achieving the goal. So she wrote down like 3 things, that 3 steps or something that you need to achieve your goal. So what I recommend for this is to write down the main steps you need to take, and they could be very large steps, right? And then on a separate piece of paper for your day-to-day, writing out more specific steps. But this will just be broad general strokes that you need to take, like make a YouTube channel, open a restaurant, or like look up recipes, practice cooking, post videos consistently, gain followers, or something like that. And then you'll show pictures of those things happening, like we were talking about earlier with this over here with part 3. And with the things happening, like you'll try to get pictures of you actually doing those things, like I was talking about with you editing on the computer screen or whatever. And then with part 3, what you need to do to take care of yourself to help you be at your best performance level to do these things. So like I was saying, scheduling in breaks, getting good sleep, maybe having coffee, because coffee helps you concentrate or something. But only write down healthy things, not things that are like bad for you, like pulling all-nighters or something, because we are wanting you to achieve this goal in a sustainable, authentic, healthy way, okay? This is not a quick scheme overnight thing. We want long-term sustainability, long-term success. That is what we are here for. That's why this plan also includes taking care of yourself, because you are the foundation of this goal, of this plan. And so you need to take care of yourself while you're achieving this, and even after you've achieved this goal. So that is the vision board that I've been using, that I made for myself. And this is the type of vision board that has been really working out for me. And the lady that did it in the video, she did it for herself. And she said that she also found more success in doing this kind of vision board than other ones. So I'll put the link down in this description. I don't know her. I am not connected with her at all as of the publishing of this reading. I'm not sponsored or anything. I just found it very helpful, and I wanted to share it with you guys. And also I wanted to mention that if you plan for this being a long-term thing, you'll be more mentally prepared to commit to it long-term. And be reasonable, be real with yourself on how long you think this is going to take you. Don't try to rush things. Don't try to get everything done in one night, because that doesn't really work. You know what I mean? So plan for long-term success, long-term sustainability, long-term commitment in sustainable ways. And I want you to know, and Spirit wants you to know, that it's okay to be afraid of success. It's okay to be afraid of things. The important thing is to try to work through that fear and to try again, because the only time we truly fail is when we stop trying. And Spirit says that they've got your back. Now it's just up to you to have your own back and to start, working through those fears. That is so cool. Okay, so I looked up the number 22, the master number 22, and it talks about number 22 can represent the need for balance between work and personal life. And also, the number 22 is associated with the ability to turn dreams into reality, baby. Like, what confirmation is that? Spirit, this is such confirmation. Spirit is saying that you will be able to turn your dreams into your reality to reach your freaking goals, pile one. You just need to start doing it. You just need to start going after it and working through your fear, because you've got this. You will achieve success. You will achieve your goals and dreams in a healthy, sustainable way, and Spirit has your back. And this also talks about building lasting foundations. The number 22 can represent creating lasting foundations for yourself and others. Oh my goodness, this is actually wild. I didn't know that's what that number meant, and I just now looked it up. That's so cool. So this is such, thank you, Spirit, because that is such confirmation about everything we've been talking about building a sustainable plan and your goal being sustainable and achievable and reaching success in through progress over time. You will be able to do this, pile one. This is going to happen, and it's going to be in a way that is healthy and that you can achieve. And it's not going to be you working your ass off and burning yourself out. It's going to be over time in a way that is healthy, that you are able to do it and feel good doing it, and giving yourself breaks when you need to give breaks. Wow, this is so beautiful. That is crazy. That's so cool. Okay, so that's what the number 22 means. Wow. You had a lot of cards. So I asked Spirit some guidance for you on whenever you're feeling unmotivated, and also just in general for helping you reach your goals. And these are the cards that popped out. Number 7, you are the magic. Embrace this moment of reflection. There is magic all around you and within you. Nature shows us best. All of the experiences you've had up until now have brought you to this very moment. Embrace the magic in your life. What can you celebrate as a witness to the magic in your life? Miracles and well-being abound. Feel the magic, see the magic. You are the magic. It resides within you. Tap into it now. Honor where you are. Number 13. This number has also come out a few times during this reading. Honor where you are. Honor where you are and how far you've come. Embrace your progress. Look at the past only for lessons and experiences you've had, knowing it all happened for a reason. Accept where you are in your life in this exact moment, here and now. Hold compassion and understanding for every facet of your journey. Honor where you are. So Spirit is asking you to be patient with yourself and be loving and compassionate toward yourself, and that you have made progress toward your goal. The fact that you even clicked on this video, obviously you're wanting to work through your fears. You're wanting to make progress and achieve this goal because it means a lot to you. So Spirit is saying to keep going because you've got this, pile one. You can do it. Believe in yourself. Believe in your abilities to face your fears and to get through whatever you need to get through to reach your goal, because you've got this. Number 15, you are awakened to your truest desires. You are a powerful co-creator with the universe. Follow your passions. What lights your belly and soul on fire? What makes you smile just as a thought that comes to mind? Do not overanalyze. Your soul knows the way. Those reoccurring thoughts and feelings you are having are there for a reason. Follow your passions in confidence. Awaken to the power within you as a creator. The choices are yours. Follow the nudges and step into the unknown. Awake. Wow, that's so cool, because earlier we were talking about how you know what you truly want. You know what you are desiring. And so it's up to you to go after that. And it seems like you really are going after what you truly desire, which is amazing and beautiful. And Spirit and I are so proud of you. All is well. Number 2, another 2 coming through. You are fully supported on your path. Look for the signs and synchronicity in your experiences. Ask for help when you need it. The challenges you're facing will soon resolve. Sit in stillness and feel the support of the universal source. Trust and know you are fully guided. Ask for assistance when you need it. You're fully supported in every choice on your path. All is well. Yeah, Spirit is saying that they have your back. They are supporting you. They love you, and that they will help you and guide you to the answers that you need during this time. And they will help you throughout your journey of achieving your goal, and that you can do this, you've got this. And yeah, there's really nothing else to say. Like, they love you very much, and no matter what choice you make, they're supporting you. And they're gonna help you. They already have been helping you. And then also, I printed out just a message for each group, and yours was, you've got this. So we have this cute little message, you've got this, with the cute little kitty and sunglasses. You may wear glasses. That's not, for everyone, but some of you may have prescription glasses, prescription sunglasses, or contact lenses or something. Or you may like wearing fashionable sunglasses, or have a favorite pair of sunglasses that you wear often. So to wrap up this reading, I'm going to pull some angel number messages. Ooh. Number 4, I am stable. You bring stability and rationality to any situation. You are the rock. Your hard work and perseverance make you a dependable friend, partner, and colleague. Oh, that is so beautiful. And just know that your hard work is paying off. Your efforts are paying off. Everything that you do is making progress. All of your small steps and big steps are making progress towards your goal. Oh, something flipped. That's so wild. So we have a number 15 here. Again, number 15, that's cool. I am wise. Your love for others is powerful, and you are able to spread your gift of support far and wide. Your curious and social nature brings you in contact with a variety of people, all who would benefit from your warm, heartfelt words of wisdom. Oh, that is so beautiful. Yeah, you have a gift with inspiring and impacting others and those around you, and your goal that you are going to achieve is not only going to help you, but it's going to also impact other people in a positive way. So don't be afraid to go after your goal. It's going to turn out beautifully. 444, I am protected. Trust your journey, trust the way your life unfolds, and trust that you are where you need to be at the present moment. Another card talking about that all is well and that you are where you need to be right now. Everything is happening in divine timing, and maybe you didn't achieve this goal before, like whenever you first started this goal, maybe there were some rough patches along the way because there needed to be lessons learned, and maybe you weren't ready at the time, but now you are ready. Now you are ready to take the steps needed to achieving your goal, and you're more ready to accept your goal and achieving your goal into your life than you were before. On the back of the deck, I am courageous. It's time to get to work on the realization of your soul's mission in life. You have a higher purpose in this life that is yours and only yours to fulfill. Unleash your true power. I am courageous. You are brave. You are smart. You are courageous and you've got this, pile one. You can do it. Just like this message here, you have got this. You have all the skills that you need to accomplish your goal. You have divine support and protection of the progress you've made and the progress you will make, and of your goal in general and the achievement that you will make. So I just shuffled for what you can do if you feel burnt out or unmotivated. Turn it up. What we know, studies have shown that listening to music releases serotonin into the brain, which can help us relax, stay focused, and lift our spirits. What to do? A playlist with your favorite songs could turn you into a productivity powerhouse. Or if you're working on a mentally draining task, why not try classical music or even opera? Brava! Wow, that's so awesome. Thanks, Spirit, for that confirmation. So yeah, make a playlist for yourself of motivating music that's going to help you either get motivated or stay productive or concentrate and focus on what you're doing. But it seems like music has a large impact on your mood and your mental state. So watching what you're listening to may also be important. So if you're listening to a bunch of music that talks about death or tragedy, sadness, betrayal, or being broke and stuff like that, Spirit is saying that maybe it's time to start listening to some different songs that have more positive messages in it, or have messages that you want to help manifest your reality. So, for example, listening to a song that talks about achieving goals, succeeding, being really good at what they do, making lots of money, and having friends that you can count on, or having being in love with their job, being in love with another person who loves them back, and healthy relationships. Because even though there's a lot of great songs out there, not all of them have great lyrics. And when we actually start listening to the lyrics, you know, our subconscious is always listening to the lyrics, even if our conscious mind isn't. So those things can subconsciously impact us, and they can help us change or be consistent in a way that we look at the world and think of things for ourselves. So if you're listening to music that talks about that money doesn't grow on trees, or that dreams never come true, that's what you're going to believe subconsciously. And so this is an important message coming through. In fact, I tried to do the ending of this reading 3 different times. I did 3 different takes, and I just kept stumbling over my words, and Spirit was like, there's more that we need to tell pile one. So this was a very important message that Spirit wanted you to know, that they needed you to know. So there is some type of media that you have been ingesting, that you have been consuming as of late, that is not helpful, that it would be helpful to listen to other things or to watch other things. So, for example, you know, watching a show that makes you feel good, where, you know, things may be bad, but it always has a happy ending, or there's always a bright side to it, or things always work out for the good guys. And it's okay to listen to true crime stories or to watch true crime comedy dramas, but there needs to be some type of positive aspect to it, is what I'm hearing from Spirit, so that your mind doesn't think the worst all the time. Because whenever we watch things too much, it starts to affect how we view our life and the lives of other people. I mean, for example, I love spooky season, I love Halloween, but I can't watch back to back for days on end too many true crime podcasts or horror movies or horror shows without like taking a break, because I start to get depressed, because I'm like, damn, there's like a lot of murder and mayhem in the world, and I'm a sensitive person, so you might also be sensitive to things like that, and you may also need a break from those types of things. I view certain music and certain shows and movies as kind of like donuts. I really love them, but they're not good for me, so I need to watch my intake of them. And replacing them with something more positive is going to be more beneficial to you, your productivity, and your subconscious beliefs. And you're going to see a mood change once you actually start listening to more positive music or watching more positive shows. And they don't have to be like cheesy or corny or something like that. They can be whatever you want them to be. And if you find that you can't find any lyrics that reflect what you want, listen to EDM or lo-fi, or I call it lo-fi, but I guess it's lo-fi, whatever. Listen to music that makes you feel good that doesn't have lyrics. Watch shows that you normally wouldn't watch that are positive. Give it a try. But either way, you've got this, you can do it, and make sure that you support your subconscious and what you actually want. Consume what you want to be reflected in your life is what I'm hearing. One quick message before I end. I'm so sorry, but another quick message is positive affirmations. Listening to positive affirmations can be very helpful because it helps to rewire our brain to start thinking more positively. Writing things that you're grateful for can also start changing your brain to where you see things more positively, because we naturally have a negative bias. Our brain does, because it helps us survive usually, but in nowadays and age, it just sometimes causes anxiety and depression. So we have to be careful about letting our thoughts run away from us and start feeding our brain positive things. So I listen to positive affirmations, videos that have positive affirmations of what I want to manifest or how I want to start thinking about myself, about my life. And it really does help because it helps me start believing. And once you start believing things, you start slowly changing your actions subconsciously over time, which helps us achieve our goals and take steps towards meeting our goals. So if you want to be comfortable with success, why don't you listen to positive affirmations of like, I am worthy of success. My success is guaranteed. I love being successful. I am protected. My achievements and my goals are protected. My reputation is protected. My reputation is great. People love me. People love what I do. I am highly thought of. My work is highly thought of. My YouTube channel is highly thought of. Whatever it is, people love me for who I am. People love my authentic self. People love when I am my authentic self. So saying those things over and over to yourself can help rewire your brain. I do this thing every time lately. When I see a repeating number, I will say positive affirmations to myself. And it's random. Sometimes I'll see it while I'm microwaving something, or on the TV, I'll see repeating numbers, or on a timestamp on the camera, or just at the clock. But anytime I see repeating numbers, I have been saying positive affirmations to myself, and it has really helped actually. I've been in a more positive mood lately. So that might be something that you can start doing. But anyways, that's it, pile one. If you liked this video, then like the video. You know, if you want to see more of me and want to get readings from me, then hit that subscribe button down below and that notification bell so you're notified whenever a reading comes out. But with that, I hope you have a beautiful day or night wherever you are in this beautiful world. Thank you for letting me read for you. Alrighty, bye. Hi pile two, welcome to your reading. So you chose this really cool smoky quartz. I don't know if you can really see those little formations there, but they're so beautiful. I love this crystal. So whenever I was first trying to open up a line of communication to your spirit guides, trying to like connect to your pile and figuring out which piles I was going to do first and all that sort of thing, I just had this like really sense of indecision. I just was kind of in a slight panic of like, oh my goodness, what should I do? I don't know what to do. What order should I do things in? and it was very much clouding my judgment and my actions, and I had a really hard time just even like picking which pile to start with between your pile and pile 1, because sometimes I'll record them out of order depending on what my intuition says to do, because of just, I don't know, life, different things going on, the vibes, because I always want each pile to receive the most accurate and clear messages possible, right? So I was trying to decide whether to do your pile or pile 1 first, and then I was like, wait, should I just change the order of the crystals? Because this crystal, I kept accidentally calling it pile 1, but then I was like, I don't know if I'm doing that because I'm used to recording it pile 1 first and I'm doing pile 2 first this time, or what's going on. So I feel like you and pile 1 have been having a lot of indecision, a lot of issues with, first of all, knowing what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and how to get started, and then how much time you should commit. So there's a bunch of questions here. And maybe this is why, one of the reasons why you kind of lost momentum with reaching your goal, with taking the steps you need to achieve your goal. And maybe you are one of the people that quit yesterday on Quitter's Day, or that were thinking about it, or have been kind of feeling like you want to quit. But Spirit is saying, don't give up hope just yet. And if you're confused, they will help you, find the answers and guide you to what you need to know in this moment. So we're going to dive into that today for you and get some answers for you, and also help you with organizing your thoughts, because I feel like that is one of the things that may be hindering you right now. You have so many thoughts in your head, so many worries and fears, and it's like you're paralyzed, and you're having a hard time making a decision and taking the first step towards your goal, or the 10th step, or whatever step that you're stuck on. So we're gonna dive right into this, okay? And I'm putting this crystal over this message. You can reach your goal, because you can. So you're going to be on top of it. You're going to be ready to go by the end of this reading, by the end of this video. You're going to be more confident, and I'm setting that intention. So I'm putting this crystal on this message for you. And yeah, okay, so let's get into the cards. So we have the owl, which represents seeing through the facade, wise, aware, observant, exploring the unknown. Right now, you may be exploring the unknown and trying to achieve a goal, reach a goal that you're unsure of how to reach, how to achieve. But soon the veil is going to be lifted, and we're going to have some answers for you. We also have the Wheel of Fortune, and which talks about getting what you deserve. And one of the obstacles that you might be facing right now is you don't even know if you feel... Hi, baby. Hi, baby. So one of the things that you might be going through right now is you might be feeling insecure on whether or not you deserve to accomplish your goal in the first place. And you also may be scared of accomplishing your goal, but Spirit is saying that everything's okay. It's normal to have insecurities at first if you've never done something or achieved something. And it's normal to want things, but maybe get scared to have them. So Spirit is saying that everything is going to be okay. Spirit's on your side. They're looking out for you. And these things that you want are fated. They are in your soul contract. You deserve these things. Otherwise, you wouldn't want them. I'm talking about true desires, not things that other people expect us to want, such as having a perfect body. If that's something that you truly desire, then you're going to get it. You're going to achieve it. But if it's something that other people want you to want, and you've convinced yourself you want it because other people are pressuring you to want it, that's a different story. That's a toss-up. But as far as your true, authentic desires in life, those are guaranteed. And so Spirit is saying that you deserve these things. You deserve to have these things. So working on affirmations, positive affirmations of saying things to yourself about how you deserve them, you're grateful for the things in your life, and you are accomplished, you are successful. Saying affirmations to yourself like, I am worthy of success, I am worthy of stable finances, I am worthy of stable income, I am worthy of love, I am worthy of being healthy, I am worthy of a stable environment, I am worthy of a healthy environment. Whatever your goal is, Spirit is calling for you to dig deeper on why you think it is that you don't deserve this thing, and to start putting in some effort in remedying that. And start by saying affirmations, start by journaling out why it is you feel like you don't deserve this thing, and then getting down to the root of the issue here. And once you do that, it's going to turn over a new leaf for you, and you're going to be able to consciously correct your mind whenever you start thinking negative thoughts. Like, for example, if I'm trying to achieve a goal and I'm scared, I'm like, maybe I don't deserve to be successful. There's like a billion people out there who work harder than me, who have more political sway than me, who have more like social media followers or this or that, and they deserve the success more than I do. But Spirit is saying that that's not true at all. That's not true at all, Pile 2. You deserve success also. You are a living, breathing being on this earth who deserves good things in life, who deserves to have your dreams made into this reality, and to receive those dreams and to receive good things into your life, to have a happy life. You are deserving of these things, Pile 2. And that is something that me and Spirit can tell you a bazillion times. But it comes down to you and getting yourself to realize that you deserve those things, because, maybe you grew up with other people telling you you don't deserve those things, or showing you through their actions that you don't deserve those things, whether it was on purpose or unintentional. And so now that's kind of in your subconscious coding, and it's up to you to start rewriting that subconscious coding, to start rewriting your day-to-day life, your decisions, and having them reflect what you actually want in life, if you want your life to change. And I think that this confusion, this indecision that you faced is because of these insecurities, because you don't want to do it wrong, but also you might be afraid of doing it right. So you've got are in this limbo period of stagnation, and Spirit is saying that you can get out of this stagnation. You can achieve success. You can make progress towards your goals. It is up to you, Pile 2. It is up to you to start changing the way you look at life, the way you look at yourself. And all of that information, apologies if that is overwhelming, if that is very abrupt and blunt, but sometimes Spirit needs us to be blunt and real with ourselves so that we can make these changes and we can take accountability for our lives and decide that today, from now on, I am going to try to better my life. I'm going to try to heal, or I'm going to try to be happy with where I am, or show more gratitude, whatever it is that Spirit is calling for you to do. So we also have summer here, major opportunities, celebrating the light, warmth, growth, bold, relaxation, enjoyment. These are all the things that Spirit wants for you. Okay, these are your destiny, Pile 2. but it's like you're turning away from them. Like, you see how the moon is really light on this side and the moon is really dark on this side, and she's kind of in the middle. It's like you're stuck in the middle of wanting these things but feeling like you don't deserve them, and Spirit is saying that you do deserve them. And if you want these things, working on that fear of success or that fear of failure, or both, whatever it is going to be important. So fall, full moon, culmination of effort, completion, abundance, fulfillment, release, fruits of your labor, focus on your needs, harvest, moving on. Yes, the time has come. The time has come, pile 2. The time has come for you to embrace your destiny, to embrace good things into your life, to embrace healing, to embrace growth. And your efforts are not for nothing. Your efforts do amount to success. They do amount to growth and to good things and to receiving good things into your life, to progression. Okay, this card literally talks about progression and basically reaping the rewards of your efforts. So this is a very positive card to come out here. And this is confirmation that your efforts that you have been putting in, that you have been trying, are paying off. You just may not see them right away because things happen over time. It's not going to be overnight. And if you've been working on this for a day, 2 days, a week, 2 months, there is progress. You just may not see it visually with your eyes right now, but you will. We also have here Scorpio. So you might be a Scorpio. You might achieve your goal during Scorpio season. This also, Scorpio is during the fall, and this talks about fall time with fall full moon. So it may be in the next fall time coming up, whatever fall time is for you. But also I'm seeing like in America, fall time is typically August, September, October, depending on where you live. But within those months is usually fall time. So this talks about you're going to see the fruits of your labor start to show in the fall time, start to show when the leaves change color, when the seasons change, when there is movement. I don't know why I just said when there's movement, but maybe you're moving. Maybe you're moving places, moving away from people, moving away from toxic situations, moving away from a toxic work environment or people that may not be toxic, but just may not be the right people for you. They may not be as motivating or as supportive as you would like them to be. Because, it doesn't have to be a toxic environment or a toxic person for it to just not be the right person or the right environment that you would grow best in, if that makes sense. So movement might be moving into a place, moving into an area, a point of life, around a group of people, or into a mindset that you will start blossoming in and start seeing your progress. So the Death card, this also talks about rebirth. Death really means rebirth in the sense of tarot and with all of these things. So you're going to go through a point of rebirth with the way you think about yourself, your surroundings, about life, and you're going to realize that you really do deserve good things in this life. So, so we have Gemini and we have Anchor. So there might be, this is 2 different things coming through. There might be a Gemini in your life who is weighing you down. And this isn't intentional. It's not like they're purposely trying to make you feel bad for trying to achieve your goals or something. Just maybe they may not have the same outlook on life as you want to have on life. So maybe they're more pessimistic, or maybe they are more like, I have to be the best out of all my friends, and so maybe they're very competitive and it makes you feel bad, and maybe they subconsciously poke fun at you and make you feel bad and feel like you can't accomplish things. But that's not true at all, pile 2. You have accomplished so many things in your life, and you need to stop comparing yourself to other people, because comparison is the thief of joy. And I thought that was so cliche until I stopped comparing myself to other people, and then I genuinely became happier. I genuinely was like, you know what? I love my life. And I'm not going to let other people make me feel bad for loving my life, or for wanting more out of my life, or for wanting to achieve this goal, no matter how outlandish it may seem to other people. Like, I know in my heart that I deserve to achieve this thing, and this is the mindset that Spirit is wanting you to get to. So, yeah, and then the second message, which is for a very, very few select people in this pile, is that this Gemini is actually like, it's a place of grounding for you. They help keep you grounded in a positive way. So they help maybe give you good advice or good things that you are able to take and make something out of them. But that's not really the vibe I'm getting from this. I'm mostly getting that they're weighing you down. And it could be a combination of the two also, in that humans have a sense of duality. So a person that is supportive one moment can be very unsupportive the next moment. So maybe that's how this person is, and it kind of throws you for a loop, because you're like, wow, you give great advice sometimes, but then, you know, most of the time you're just very negative and pessimistic, and it's a real drag, you know? So Spirit is saying to start distancing yourself from this person, start pulling away, start, you know, separating your energies, because you don't need this energy in your life anymore. And it's time to let go. It's time to release this person, because once you release this person, you are going to come into your power. You're going to be more confident in yourself, in your capabilities. You're going to start comparing yourself less to other people and their accomplishments, and you're going to be happier with your own accomplishments, and you're going to learn that you do deserve good things, and that life is good to people, and you're going to be more positive and see things in a more positive light. So we have Broom, remove unwanted stuff. Capricorn. So the bottom of this is the Devil, which talks about temptation, giving into temptation. So maybe this Gemini person, or they could be a Capricorn, is very tempting, because maybe you find them sexy or attractive, or just like a good friend. And that friendship is addicting, because you haven't been able to find a good friendship like that, or one similar to it so far with anybody else. Like, maybe you can talk about anything with this person, and it's like a breath of fresh air, because they're very intellectual, deep conversations about like aliens, about life, about politics, religion, whatever it is. But Spirit is saying that you will find that in somebody else. You'll be able to find, it may not be the exact same dynamic, because you wouldn't want it to be anyways, because this person overall seems to be having a more negative impact on you as a whole than a positive one. But Spirit is saying that given time, once you release this person, and or at least you start distancing yourself and not telling them your goals and stuff, you will meet other people that are more supportive, that are more friendly, that are just more in line with what you want in life. And you're gonna have an aha moment. So the light bulb represents like a realization, a revelation that you get. So once you start releasing these temptations of self-doubt, of, you know, allowing other negative people to have influence over you in your life, you are going to have a brilliant aha moment that's just going to be like everything clicks into place for you, and you're going to see things in a different light. And Wow, this is so beautiful. So yeah, we have the waterfall here, overflowing abundance, chasing after something, letting go, fulfillment, release, tears of joy. There's going to be a lot of emotional release, and this is going to be a positive thing. And you're going to realize the overflowing abundance in your life already. You're going to be able to receive more freely those just positive things and that abundance into your life. And you're going to realize that it's like a waterfall. It just keeps coming. It keeps flowing. This positive abundance keeps flowing into your life, and there's going to be even more abundance coming into your life. So we also have number 33, master number, and also the number 8. The number 8 is a very good productive number, and I'm feeling called to mention numerology and like where you live. So first of all, maybe researching into the different numbers would be beneficial for you. If you live in a house with a number like where the address of the apartment or the house like reduces down to a number 1, then that's a very focused on me and accomplishing my goals, but it's like single person, not really much room for like couples and stuff like that. A number 2 household is more like a couples type of household. Number 4 is very structured, and a number 8 household is structured but productive. It's really productive and successful and like a financially successful living space. And so maybe that movement earlier was talking about you moving into a place or a space that reduces to a number 8 or reduces to a number in numerology that best suits your goals and your needs that you're wanting. And if you can't move, you can always change the number of your household. For example, say your apartment is apartment 7, and you're like, I want to live in an apartment with the number 8 as the reduction for the number. Then just write in pencil like a little number 1 on the inside of your door, and that makes your apartment a number 8 apartment, because the 7 and the 1 together make an 8. It may take a while for the vibe of your apartment to change, but eventually it will change into the vibe of a number 8 household. So that is a small message coming through for people that are into numerology or curious about numerology, that believe in that sort of thing. And maybe this is something that Spirit is calling for you to lightly look into. But how you reduce numbers in numerology is like, I don't add up the entire address. I just add up what is on my door. So, for example, if my door, like my apartment, is 604, 6 plus 0 is 6, 6 plus 4 is 10, and that reduces to the number 1 because 1 plus 0 is 1. So, adding things up in numerology is a bit different than regular math. And there's videos out there that teach you how to do it. Shanetta's Divine Tarot, she talks about numerology a lot. She explains it probably better than I do. And also Vanessa Samina, she's into numerology. She talks about it. She might have a video explaining how numerology works. I'm pretty sure she does. So anyways, so receiving abundance into your life. And then we have keys: solutions, intelligence, genius, insight, clarity. Yes, yes, yes. This is the energy that Spirit is saying you are going to come into this energy. This is the mindset and the knowledge you're going to gain. You are, first of all, you are smart. You are intelligent. And Spirit wants you to know that right now, right here, right off the bat. No matter what anybody else has told you, I don't care if they said it jokingly, seriously, in passing, or if they've told you mean things a million times. Brush all that away, okay? And focus on you, and focus on affirmations for yourself and your self-confidence. You are smart. You are capable. You are responsible. You are intelligent. And you will succeed. If you need to, write out your confirmations. Write out your affirmations to yourself. Like write them out like 10 times in a row, 30 times in a row. I am successful. I am responsible. I am intelligent. I am successful. I am responsible. I am intelligent. Write it out as many times as you need to. And like listen to positive affirmation videos, and not only the ones that are supposedly embedded in the video in the background, but you can't consciously hear them, but actually listening to ones where you can hear the person saying, I am successful, and then repeat it to yourself in your head. So Spirit is really calling for you to do that. But after you start letting go of situations and people that no longer serve you, you're going to come into a brilliant moment of revelation and abundance, and knowing that you can do this, you can accomplish your goals, and you can figure out the steps you need to take to reach your goals, and Spirit is going to help you do that. So on the back of the deck, we have third person, another person involved, too many people, too many people. If you got too many chefs in the kitchen, your meal is gonna taste like shit. It's gonna turn out like shit. So you need to take out all these other chefs in the kitchen. Like make it to where it's just you in your head and giving yourself the confirmations and the affirmations that you need, and Spirit. Like you don't need anybody else to tell you that you are worthy of these things. You only need to believe it yourself. And that is one of the things that Spirit is trying to get across to you. So remove all these other third parties from your vicinity is what I'm hearing. Okay, so now I want to get into specific things you can do to help you organize your thoughts and things like that. Some advice from Spirit. We have limitation, denial, and ease. With limitation and denial, these cards are kind of like a team, because it seems like you have been it seems like you have been denying your limitations or not acknowledging fully what your limitations are. And this may be in an attempt to try to manifest things into your life, or to try to like not give in to your insecurities. And I totally understand what you were trying to do. But Spirit is saying that now is the time to go about this in a different way, to start to open your eyes to the truth. It's okay to acknowledge your limitations, because by acknowledging them, we can now start to work on them, or start to work around them, or help yourself in the best way that suits you best. So, for example, one of my limitations is I have a hard time sticking to specific times. I have ADHD, and with ADHDers, for whatever reason, hard times, hard schedules are just hard for us. But if we dedicate, like, okay, today, instead of getting what I need to get done at 11:30 and then 2:30 and then 5 p.m., I'm going to block out the day and say, I need to get this step done today. Whatever time I do it by, or whatever it is, but the due date is tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. And I give myself the whole day to meet this goal, to take this step. And so that is a way I get around that limitation of having anxiety about like hard set times for schedules and stuff like that. I give myself a more flexible schedule that's still structured with due dates and due times, because you know that helps with ADHDers, is having a hard set due date or a hard set time that something is due, but not actually micromanaging the process of how they get it done. So it's a bit weird in that respect. And I don't know if you have ADHD, since, you know, I mentioned it and I felt called to mention it, but knowing your limitations and then finding workarounds is going to really help you, because once we get out of denial, we start seeing things clearly and we're able to take the steps that best help us and that best helps us make progress in the right direction. And that is what Spirit is trying to get across here. Also, I just feel called to say number 44 and 55, two repeating numbers. And I don't know if 44 and 55 are master numbers, but still repeating numbers. And then this one is 35. And another thing is, don't stress yourself out based on artificial timelines that people... Don't base your life around superficial timelines that other people have tried to make you follow. So for example, oh, by the age of 35, I need to have a house with 3 kids and a spouse and an income of $100,000 and live in the suburbs, and my kids need to be going to these schools or doing these events, and I need to be like this type of parenting method with my kids and have this type of job and have this type of body or this type of relationship with my spouse. Like, forget all of that nonsense. Forget all of those expectations and the expectation of like timelines for you. You have all the time in the world. You have so much time piled to, and thinking about running out of time is just a stressor. You know, it's an unneeded stress. And being like comparing yourself to others and being like, oh, well, my friends have kids and have a house and I'm still living in an apartment with roommates, or I don't even have a significant other. Who cares? Are you living their life? No. Are they living your life? No. And do you really want those things? Or do you just feel bad about not having those things because other people have told you that you're bad if you don't have those things? Like, coming to those realizations is important, because what you want for your life is not going to be the same thing as what other people want for their own lives or what they want for your life. And none of that stuff matters except for what you want for your life. And that may also be part of the reason why you haven't achieved this goal or this thing, is because Spirit is like, do you even really want it? Or do you just think you want it because other people want you to want it? So make sure you also ask yourself that. Make sure you also ask yourself, do I want this? Why do I want it? Do I want it because other people want me to achieve this thing? It's other people's expectations, society, family, friends, you know, government expectation, I don't know, whatever it is. Or even career, like somebody at work, like your boss is expecting you to get this promotion and blah, blah, blah. Or expecting you to take up this manager role because of this. But in reality, you would be getting paid for doing more work. And you don't actually want that. So what is the actual core of what you want? And then once you come to the conclusion that, okay, I don't actually want this over here, but I do want this over here, now we can start building progress. Now we can start researching the steps we need to take, because you will be able to remotivate yourself whenever you need to over time when you start getting tired, because you'll be able to remind yourself of why you're doing this. And if the why is for other people, it's not gonna work. If the why is for you, it's going to work. So for example, if you are really passionate about frogs, I don't know why that came to mind, but maybe you're passionate about animals, amphibians, reptiles, or something like that. Frogs just came to mind. Pretend that you are super passionate about frogs, you love them, that's all you can think about all day, you know a billion facts about frogs, you know about like how many species of frogs there are, and you have a favorite frog, you know everything about it, how to take care of it, how to help it thrive. I'm thinking of those like I call them fairy potato frogs because they look like little potatoes, and one time one was like edited with fairy wings and I can't get over it, but they're these, I don't know if they're rainforest or gosh, I can't freaking remember what it is, but it's a type of frog. I'll put it on the screen. They're adorable. They look like little mochi with legs. So, anywho, you're passionate about these froggies, all right? And you're like, I want a job that allows me to talk about frogs or have something to do with these frogs, because that's your passion. It'll be easier for you to figure out a job, narrowing it down, because you already know what you want out of that job, and it's to talk about those frogs or have something to do with those frogs, with helping them or being around them or teaching other people about them, whatever it is, right? So there's a passion there. There's a drive that you can remind yourself about whenever you start to get tired or lose motivation or lose sight of the big picture. You can remind yourself of the big picture, which is, I love frogs. And so as you're researching the steps on how to do this, how to achieve this, you're making progress, but it's been weeks or months in and you haven't fully achieved your goal yet, or you haven't achieved it on the timeline you wanted to, and you start losing motivation, losing hope. You can come back to, I love frogs. I don't want to do anything else in life but be with frogs and watch their little cute hoppity motions and them like digging backwards into the sand to you know, hide themselves in the dirt or whatever so that they can be safe and cozy. And that is what I'm getting at. So, cause like, see the light behind her eyes, see how excited she is, see how she's enticed by what she sees. She's curious, she's excited. There's sparkles and light coming out from her eye because she knows that she's finally seeing clearly, and that's what Spirit is wanting you to do. Your goal will be easier to achieve if you actually want to achieve it. That's what this long ass ramble about frogs and goals was about. Sorry it was so long, but if we don't have that drive, that passion, that motivation, and if we don't truly actually want the goal we're trying to achieve, during the times where motivation isn't helping us anymore and it comes down to self-discipline and showing up for ourselves, it's going to be harder if it's for something we don't want versus if it is something for what we want. And oh, and then, yeah, so that's why I was also getting to this, because this is ease. It's going to be easier for you to reach your goal and to stay focused, to stay self-disciplined, to stay consistent, to remotivate yourself about your goal if it's for something you enjoy, that you want, you desire truly. So some advice I have for you, practical advice, once you know that you really want this goal, you really want to achieve this thing, is to first of all write down your goal, okay? And what you need to do to achieve that goal. Do the research if you need to, but you need to write out steps on what you need to do to achieve your goal. Then after that, which, you know, do this on your own time. It doesn't have to be overnight, but after that, write out a timeline or like a schedule for yourself. So 5 days a week or 6 days a week or whatever it is, set aside 5 minutes to 15 minutes where you will sit down and work on one of those steps. And I know you're like, Desi, that is no time at all. Like, what am I going to get done in 5 to 15 minutes? But let me tell you, those minutes add up over time. Those small actions you take add up. It is like compound interest. It really makes progress over time, and it is consistency over time that yields the best results, that yields the long-term permanent success, honey. Like, those are the things that take you to the next level, not frantically trying to get things done and do everything in one day and run purely off of emotion and motivation, and suddenly I feel excited and driven, so I'm going to do 5 hours of work today towards my goal, but then after a week of doing 5 hours a day, you get burnt out. Understandably, because you've been working yourself ragged, and we don't want that. We want to prevent burnout. So in this schedule, you're going to do a realistic time for each day, 5 minutes to at most 20 minutes that you set aside 5 days a week or whatever it is, and actually do it. If you don't have ADHD and you do better with hard set schedules, set a time and set an alarm. And when that alarm goes off, actually go do the thing. And make sure you plan your day in a way that whenever you set those 15 minutes during your day, it's during a time you're not going to be disturbed, or that things aren't going to randomly, pop up unexpectedly. So if you have the most time available in the afternoon that you won't be disturbed, do it then. If it's in the morning before work, do it then. If it's in the middle of the day during your lunch break, do it then. Whatever it is. Also, in your schedule, set days that you take off. Rest days. Days that you do something fun that has nothing to do with your goal, that you are just relaxing and having a grand old time to yourself, with other people, whatever it is, because you need breaks. You can't hurry up and do this all in 1 week or all in 1 month. This is long term, because we are looking for long-term solutions, long-term success, which is going to take long-term commitment. And if you want to do it over the long term, you're going to have to set aside time where you rejuvenate, recuperate, and rest. Also, for the times that you start to feel tired, that you start to lose focus on the grand picture, the grand scheme of everything, set aside a playlist of music, of videos, of like TED Talks, or something that inspires you and helps give you energy again and helps motivate you. And that is important, because you need a contingency plan for if you start to feel unmotivated, right? Because sometimes self-discipline, that's good to do over time, but then sometimes, we're human. We need a little pick-me-up sometimes. So setting aside a playlist of videos or music that will help you remotivate yourself, and then reminding yourself of why you're even doing this goal in the first place, of I love frogs, I'm passionate about frogs, will help you as well. Other practical things. This list is so hectic. I'm so sorry. It's not even a list. It's just a big vomit blob of words. But make a vision board for yourself. And I saw a video. I will post the video in the description box so that you can really go into detail, but I will explain it right now. This lady talks about making a vision board, but it's not a regular vision board. It's one that helps people better, because it addresses some problems in regular vision boards. Sorry, I'm looking for a piece of paper to write on. So this vision board is 3 parts. So we split it like this. The first part 1. So this is, what is your goal? Okay, I don't know if you can see this, but we have a little froggy here. And so say my goal is to work with frogs or do a job related to frogs. I'm going to put pictures over here of working with frogs or doing things related to frogs and making money at it. So I'm gonna put like a picture of a little froggy. I'm gonna put a graph with the money that I make over time, and like maybe that'll be like monthly income, because I want to get paid for working with frogs, right? So I put a picture of my monthly income for working with these frogs, and then I'll put a picture of working with the frogs, or maybe I'm making YouTube videos about frogs or teaching other people about frogs, but I'll put pictures of my actual accomplishments, everything that I want to accomplish alongside with working with frogs on this side of it. So that'll be maybe what company you want to work for, or maybe what work hours that you want to do, maybe what types of frogs you want to work with, your monthly income, and stuff like that. So part 2 is basically going to be the actions you need to take to achieve your goal. And with this, I'm going to put maybe my work schedule. Planning out my work schedule. I'm going to work 5 days a week on my goal, and each day I'm going to set aside 20 minutes to work on my goal or 10 minutes to work on my goal. Another thing that I need to do to achieve my goal is to write out my steps or something like that, and go into detail on what you need to do to achieve your goal over here. And then part 3 is how to support myself during the process of achieving my goal. This is a very important thing, because if we don't support ourselves, give ourselves the sleep and the nourishment and the motivation and the rest that we need during this process, it's going to be way harder for us to do this thing. So this is supporting ourselves, giving ourselves everything we need to achieve our goal. So if you need, time alone each week, then put that down here. If you need to have a cup of coffee before you wake up, have coffee. Or if you need good sleep, or if you need to, for example, go on a walk. And these are like mental health things and physical things that are going to aid you during this process. So think outside of the box, like what helps you be more focused in a healthy way? What helps you be more consistent in a healthy way? And write these things down, because this is going to help you throughout this process. And for me, in her video, she puts pictures across the entire board, and to me that's a little confusing looking. So what I recommend is putting down like a section in each part. Maybe down here has your goal written out, and then up here are all of the pictures. And you can do that for each section. So like right here, it will be a list of the actions needed to take, and then up here you can put the actual pictures of what it looks like of you taking those actions. And then it'll be the same for part 3 down here. You'll have a list of the different things you can do to help support yourself, and then some pictures. But either way, this is the vision board that has been really working for me, and that also seems to be working very well for other people as well. And the lady that explains this vision board, she has also had success with this type of vision board, because it's not just putting a bunch of pictures on a piece of paper, it's planning out and seeing where you're going to go, how you're going to get there type of deal. So this is an option that you can use, and one of the things that you can do to help yourself. Another thing is to each day, for your 15 minutes that you're going to be putting aside for your project, your goal, write down what you want to achieve for that thing, and write one thing down. So if you want to research frogs during that day, then that's the only thing you're going to do on your list of things to do, is research frogs. And then if you don't complete it that day, you can continue it the next day. But if you do complete it and you are satisfied with all the things that you researched, maybe the next day you research frog job ideas, or maybe the next day you watch a tutorial on making videos, how to make videos, how to edit them, or something like that. But each day you pick one thing that you're going to do on your list of things you need to do, or you pick one step that you're going to work towards, and you're going to do that. And I highly recommend doing that before you start your 15 minutes, and just maybe even planning out a list, writing out a list of all the things that you want to research or that you want to do, and then having that list handy so that when you start your 15 minutes, you could just look down and be like, okay, today I want to do this one. I want to just research frogs. And then you do that, and keep a folder on your computer or on your phone where you save all the information, the documents, or the links to the videos that you're using for your research and everything like that. If you're trying to write a book, you can watch videos on character development, character arcs, and how to do world building or how to outline a plot to a book or something like that. But make sure you allow yourself to start from the beginning, and it's okay to not be good at something when you first start out. So be easy on yourself, be patient with yourself, and yeah, that's really it for right now. That's all that's coming to mind. And remember that consistency is the key to long-term success. 15 minutes doesn't sound like a lot, but over time, it adds up to be a lot. So that is one thing that Spirit really wants to drive home here, is that it's okay, first of all, if you fall off the wagon, get back on, try again. You've got this, pile 2. Believe in yourself. You can do it. And actually, it's funny because I printed out a message for each pile, and yours is believe in yourself. This is the message that Spirit is wanting you to know, is to believe in yourself. You can do it. You've got this, pile 2, and all you need to do is a bit more research and a bit more planning. You have got this. You can do it. I believe in you. Spirit believes in you, and I hope that you come to believe in yourself as well. Some last messages from Spirit. Number 14, I am practical. You are open-minded and always up to try something new, yet you are wise enough to stop and think before you jump into things. This pragmatic approach helps ensure your time, attention, and efforts are meaningful. Number 14, I am practical. Yeah, Spirit again reminding you that all your efforts are adding up to something, and they will make progress. You will make progress over time. Number 444, I am protected. Trust your journey, trust the way your life unfolds, and trust that you are where you need to be at the present moment. Don't compare yourself to others, pile 2. It's really not necessary, and it's not helpful. Just realize that everything is happening in divine timing, and everything is going to work out in your favor for your highest good. And that you really do have this. You've got this. You just need to believe in yourself. Spirit believes in you. I believe in you. And with consistency and with some planning, you will be able to achieve your goal. So with that, pile 2, that was your reading. I hope it resonated with you, gave you some ideas, clarity, and guidance. If it did, then please hit that subscribe button down below and leave a comment on whether or not this resonated with you and how you achieved your goal, or how this video helped if it did. But either way, thank you so much for being here, and I really appreciate all of your small actions. They really do matter. I hope you have a beautiful day or night wherever you are in this beautiful world. Brandy also says hi. She's walked through your video like 5 times now. So if you really like cats, then, you know, I guess that's another confirmation. But with that, I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Hi, pile 3. Welcome to your reading. So you chose this beautiful fluorite that is green and purple, and I love how it really catches the light. And I don't know if you can see it, but there are stripes inside of it. There are these stripes inside. I don't know if you can see them very well, but it reminds me of a zebra. So I'm gonna put this fluorite on top of You Can Reach Your Goal, because you really can and you will. And I'm setting that intention right now that any fears or worries you have, you're going to work through those fears successfully. You're going to work through those worries successfully, and you will achieve your goal. And so I'm putting that right here, setting that intention. Before I even turned on the camera for your reading, I had a very deep sense of anxiety. anxiety about a lot of different things. And some of you may be wondering, what is considered anxiety? Sometimes it's racing thoughts. Sometimes it is, if I don't do this task within a certain amount of time or before something happens or in a certain way, then something bad is going to happen. And that is another sign of anxiety. Of course, I'm not diagnosing anybody or anything, but those are some, I guess, symptoms of anxiety. This lets me know that maybe you have a lot of worries in general. Maybe you worry about completing your goal, not because of the sake of completing it, but the change that it'll bring to your life. And maybe you are the type of person that, although you really want those changes, you may be afraid of those changes because you don't know what it's going to bring. You don't know what's going to happen. And that may make you anxious. So one of the things that Spirit is asking you to do is to try to start working through this anxiety and this fear of change that you have. Of course, do what you want, do what you will, but addressing this worry that you have, this fear of change that you have, is going to really help you achieve your goals, invite success into your life, receive blessings and miracles and your dreams into your life. And so that is one thing coming through. But let's get into the cards and let's see what else has been preventing you from achieving your goals so that we can address them. So there's a message coming through. I think it's Tiger's Eye that gives people courage, because I was thinking about it and I'm like, sometimes we don't do things out of fear, but we can still choose to do them even though we're afraid of doing them. And that's called courage, taking courage to do something. And so maybe you need a bit of courage in your life, and you might meditate with Tiger's Eye or carry Tiger's Eye around with you, or put it at the place where you're trying to achieve your goal, you're working on your goal, like your desk if you're working on your computer for your goal or something, or if it's working out, taking Tiger's Eye with you to the gym and keeping it in your pocket or something like that. But Tiger's Eye is supposed to give us courage to face our fears and do what we need to do. It's a very motivational stone. Number 5, Grasshopper, leap of faith, easygoing, sudden change in direction, don't worry, moving on, prosperity, so what, birth of a son, luck. Wow, thank you so much, Spirit, for that confirmation about literally everything we were just talking about. So Spirit is wanting you to have a leap of faith and to do your best not to worry about changes coming in your life, because they are positive changes, and achieving your goals is going to bring about positive change, and it's going to bring about prosperity into your life, prosperity and wealth in not only monetary value, if it's something like a promotion or getting paid to do what you love or something like that, or a gift from a loved one or a friend, or even a fan, but it could be prosperity and wealth in like emotional things like tranquility, peace within your household, harmony within your household, being satisfied and content and happy with your life, with your surroundings, with a relationship that you have with yourself or with others. We also have moving on this card, so that could indicate moving on from things that were holding you back, letting those blockages go, because maybe you were holding on to them as they were very comforting, because believe it or not, but people can take comfort in things that make them miserable or are hard for them because it's familiar and they know what to do in those situations. But things that make them happy or things that have never happened to them before, they may get stress or anxiety about, because not for the sake of the happiness or the positive change, but for the sake of the unknown. They don't know what it means for them to have this positive change in their life. And you may be one of those people, but I see here that you are going to be moving on and letting go of those anxieties, of those worries, of those blockages that were holding you back and keeping you in a low vibrational state, or in a place just where you may not be sad, but you also weren't happy. You were kind of just feeling blah about in your life. So we also have stork, transformation, change, restless, arrive, depart, move, and then whip, arguments, anger, abuse, painful, tension, fighting, repetitive, snapped, driven, faster. Yeah, so you're going to have a transformation of change from going through these things to something else. There is a transformation happening in your life. And let's see what this transformation is here. Aw, hi baby. Brandy has come to comfort you. So we have a tree, and this reminds me of the tree of life. And what's interesting is that we have a number. We have another number 5 up here. And so this says grounded, fertility, lineage, health, vitality, roots, personal growth. Yes, Spirit, thank you. Yes, you are going to be transmuting this worry and anxiety and these blockages, and transmuting and transforming them into something else. Spirit is going to help you through this transformation, and this is so beautiful. Wow, that's so cool. So transmuting is basically taking one thing and turning it into another thing. So you're literally going to be changing in a positive way, and it's going to really help you with achieving your goals. And you're going to see personal growth. You're going to be evolving. You're going to be more connected to Spirit, more connected to yourself and your desires, what you want. Also, I'm hearing that there's going to be healing with your divine feminine, because divine feminine is about receiving, and there may even be healing for your divine masculine as well. Not sure in what way, but this is so beautiful, pile 3. This is so amazing. We also have house, home, belonging, roots, safety, family, traditions, framework, structured, boundaries. Wow, that's really cool. So both of these cards mention roots. So this anxiety, these blockages could be coming from your childhood and the way that you grew up, what you grew up around, who you grew up around. And you might be a Leo. Your family members might be Leos. You or your family members, might have a Leo, a sun, moon, rising, Venus, or a lot of Leo placement. And I'm hearing that maybe things in the household, there was a lot of tension, a lot of fiery situations. Maybe your parents were very passionate about some things and you weren't really passionate about those things, but they tried to make you passionate. They tried to maybe change who you are, but that's never going to work. Like, you can't change who a person is. And that's not for everybody. That seems like it's only for some people, but you are strong. You're stronger than you know, pile 3. And with everything that you've been through, Spirit is saying that you will get through this. You will get through this transformation and come out better for it. So you will get through this, and you are going to come out triumphant. So with house, this also reminds me of setting healthy boundaries with yourself and with other people. So you will be able to do that. And number 4 here talks about structure and self-discipline. And so you are going to be able to bring more structure, self-discipline into your household. And this is going to help you with your goals as well. We have albatross, good omen, calm, monogamy, stamina. And then The reverse is baggage, burdens, feeling cursed, guilty, shame, regret. Yeah, this is all about transformation. Spirit is saying that you are going to be going through positive changes, and what's interesting is that this change is going to make you more accepting of positive change. So we have stable, enduring, solid, steady, secure. Once you go through this change, you're going to feel more secure in yourself. You're going to feel more stable. And there's going to be more stability in your household, more stability in your personal life, your family life. We have Pisces, water sign. That's so funny, it landed on the anchor. So the moon. Oh, that's so beautiful. Thank you, Spirit. So basically, through going through this transformation and change, you're going to gain more clarity with your intuition. You're going to be able to hear your intuition better and listen to your intuition, because anxiety tends to cloud our mind, our energy, because anxiety screams, intuition whispers. So when we're super anxious about things, it can make it harder to listen to our intuition, because we can't even hear our intuition over the screaming of our anxiety. So how I am able to tell between my anxiety and intuition is my intuition, your intuition, is more of a calm knowing. It's like a deep knowing. And anxiety is stress, fear, worry, and if I don't get this done, then the world is going to end, and this is going to happen, that's going to happen. And you have more adrenaline going, more cortisol going with anxiety, and intuition is just what I said earlier. It's just a calm knowing. And Spirit wants to make that very clear for you. And over time, you are going to be able to better tell between your anxiety and your intuition, and this is going to really help you. Also, you might be a Pisces, you might really love the water. I'm hearing you might like it when it rains. You might find it very peaceful and comforting when you watch the rain from within your house or your apartment, your home. You may be one of those types of people that sits on your balcony or your porch and you enjoy watching a storm. Wow. Okay, so we have Scorpio here. There's a lot of astrological signs coming through, so that's really interesting. We also have Taurus. Wow, that's really cool. So your sun, moon, rising, Venus may be a combination of some sort between Pisces, Taurus, Scorpio, and Leo. So we have see through the facade with the owl. Yeah, you're going to have more clarity in your life once you go through this transformation. That's so beautiful. Woman, you are the current, a person you know, girlfriend, fiance. Yeah, they're feminine energy. There's going to be healing in your feminine energy, because you're going to be able to receive things into your life easier. You're going to be able to receive changes into your life easier. Crow, memories, remembering, mystery, magical power, a new event or happening. A new event or happening. Yeah, you're going to be able to receive new events, new relationships, new dreams and goals and things into your life much easier. And then Scorpio talks about passionate and focused, determined. And we have death here. Death talks about rebirth. So another mention of transformation. Taurus, stable. Taurus talks about stability. And the Hierophant, you're going to gain knowledge throughout this transformation that's going to help you. And you're going to gain stability. This is really just so beautiful, Pile 3. Aw. And then on the back of the deck, we have wishes do come true, the star. Miracle dreams, feeling blessed, hopeful, falling in love, nighttime, inspiration, providence. Wow, that's so awesome. Yeah, so there is a lot of astrology going on here. We literally have a card with stars coming out. We have, a bunch of zodiac signs that came out, and you might be super into astrology. You might be super into astrophysics and space, learning about different planets and the different workings of the universe. And I'm hearing that, you may be very connected to the universe and your spirit guides. So that is really just amazing. Okay, so let's get further into your reading. I'm going to clear these cards out. So we have Spice World here. Chilies and peppers are hot due to the chemical compound called capsaicin. When you eat these foods, your brain perceives the heat as pain and triggers endorphins. What to do? Next time you need a little pick-me-up, consider going out for a spicy meal with some buddies and revel in the good burn. So there's a few things that come to mind when I see this card. Obviously eating spicy food, but also feeling that good burn of working out. So working out also releases endorphins in your brain. It can help with anxiety, depression, and a bunch of other things, as well as just it's healthy, and it doesn't always have to be, oh, I need to go to the gym and walk on the treadmill. Working out can be doing a fun activity. I'm thinking of like group activities or something interesting like playing ultimate frisbee, going to a club or something like that, doing community soccer or lifting weights, or just, it could be anything. I'm hearing learning martial arts as well. And then this also reminds me of hanging out with other people, talking to people that you trust and that are empathetic of anything that you're going through. I would hang out around positive-minded people during this time. So on the back of the deck, we have feel the love. You don't have to be in love to feel the benefits of oxytocin. Studies have shown that just hugging or making eye contact with somebody can get the feel-good chemical flowing. If you're speaking with a friend face-to-face, listen with your eyes. Give them your complete focused attention, and you'll start to feel the happy chemicals flow back and forth. So with this also reminds me of cuddling with pets or loved ones, getting and receiving hugs and stuff like that. One of the things I'm hearing that just randomly sprang to mind is that you may tend to snack on things when you're bored, but instead of going to the pantry, try reaching for a paintbrush and try doing something creative to stimulate your mind if you're feeling bored. This could be watching a documentary on something really interesting about, ancient civilizations or the ocean or space or something. It could be painting and drawing. It could be using clay and creating something with your hands. It could be writing a new song or some poetry. But Spirit is asking for you to start getting creative and letting your creative juices flow. And also on the back of the deck here, we have solitude. This reminds me of being okay with being by yourself and having some really good quality me time. So maybe Spirit is also asking you to have some good quality me time, to spend some good quality time with yourself and do things that light your heart up, that bring joy to you and that you really love doing, because this glowing center reminds me of a glowing heart. So 23, rest, relaxation, rest, rejuvenation, retreat. This card signals that it's time for rest and healing. Your body needs a break, even if your mind resists the idea. You may feel as though there's simply too much responsibility sitting on your shoulders for you to slow down right now. However, following this line of reasoning is not advisable. Pushing forward can adversely affect your health, thus harming your ability to show up later for the people who count on you, and for showing up for yourself too. Rather than continue to willfully push onward, have enough self-love and self-awareness to recognize your limits and ease up. Taking a short break now and then will allow you to go the distance. Besides, resting briefly does not mean you're quitting or giving up on your commitments and responsibilities. It simply recognizes the need to pause and refuel before you carry on. Your beautiful healer guides are encouraging you to give yourself this much-needed rest. Your body is tired and your mind is fatigued. You need to refuel and regain proper perspective. Resting will also give you a more accurate view of what is and what is not your responsibility. Your loving healer guides advise that you take time to relax before your body falls apart and forces a break upon you. Allow your healer guides to attend to your body and soul as you rest. Turn away from outer stimulation and go within. Sleep, relax, meditate. Spend time in nature if possible. Let the healing begin. Stepping away for a brief time will not only be good for you, but it will also be good for others, as they will find their own resources to draw from in your absence. This will stimulate and strengthen their creativity and independence, which will help them in every way. Also, taking a rest and rejuvenating can prevent burnout and also help you reconnect with your creative side and reconnect with why you're doing what you're doing as well. 18. Creativity. Patience, practice, reevaluation, assessment. There's no way to avoid risk if you wish to live a creative life. Stop worrying about making right or wrong choices and view all choices as creative opportunities. Celebrate the fact that you have freedom to make choices at all. No matter what you choose, you'll create something. If you don't like the result, then simply go back to the drawing board and choose again. Your helper guides remind you not to look at life in terms of black and white, all or nothing. You are a creative spirit. Treat your creations with appreciation and respect. Good, bad, or indifferent, everything in your life reflects your creativity. Study your creations, recognize those you enjoy, and don't fret over the rest. View these less satisfactory creations as interesting rough drafts and start over. Your helper guide's message to you: go back to the drawing board. So as far as your actual goals, setting your goals, achieving your goals, and whatnot, Spirit really wants you to plan for breaks. Also, it's very practical to plan for breaks because your body, your mind, your spirit needs a break every once in a while. And if you just gung-ho, go all the way, nonstop, working on something, you're gonna get burnt out. And so Spirit is trying to help you prevent that from happening. And if it already has happened, then, lessons learned. Let's reevaluate, plan for achieving your goal, and make a more sustainable one, because we want to think long term. We want to think long-term commitment for long-term success, because you can't expect things to happen right away overnight. One of the things you can do is to write out your goal and the steps you need to take to achieve your goal. What are the things that need to be done? Having a list written out helps you organize your thoughts, and you're more likely to achieve your goal when you have it written down. So one way that you can help yourself to achieve your goals is through having a new perspective on achieving your goal, on getting your goal done. So this perspective can be one of considering yourself a success magnet, a money magnet, a person that easily achieves success, and saying these affirmations to yourself, journaling about them, imagining what it will be like when you achieve your goal, when you successfully achieve your goal, and reframing your mind around the length of time it might take to achieve your goal. So we can't always achieve things overnight. For example, if you want to lose 50 pounds, it definitely wouldn't be healthy to lose 50 pounds over one night, let alone in 1 month. But it would be healthy, and it is achievable to lose 50 pounds over a year or 6 months. So reframing your mind around how long it will take you to achieve this goal is going to help you greatly in the long run, because we want long-term success. We want long-term results. Oftentimes, as far as health benefits and stuff like that, if you lose weight super fast, you are probably going to end up gaining that weight back, if not more. It's because if we try to do it all in one night, we're changing a bunch of things about our lifestyle, about the way we are with food, what we're eating, what we're doing. And it's so much change all at one time that it's unsustainable. And the aim is to have a sustainable plan, to have a sustainable goal. Because if the plan is sustainable long term, then your results will be sustainable long term. And that's what we want. We don't want you to achieve something and then lose it right away, or to lose it at all, right? So we want you to not only achieve success and to achieve your goal, but to keep it and to be able to sustain whatever that goal is or whatever that success is. For example, if you win the lottery, most people spend their lottery winnings very shortly after they earn the lottery, because they don't come up with a plan if they were to ever win the lottery. They don't come up with a money plan that will actually change their life. They are only concerned with short-term fun and amusement and doing everything they've always wanted to do in one short period of time, instead of, making a money plan so that the money lasts longer and they can do more things over time and it can be life-changing. So the same thing is also with goals. If we see it as just another milestone or as just another thing that we need to do, how is that going to impact us? How is it not going to impact us? I guess what I'm getting at here is to look at your plan in another point of view. Why are you doing this goal? What is the point of it? If you can determine why you're doing it, that's going to help you with remotivating yourself throughout your process of achieving your goal. So for example, if I'm trying to lose weight because I want to fit in and I feel like people are judging me for my body and stuff like that, that's not really a great reason. And you're gonna lose motivation eventually with achieving your goal, because it's gonna be easier to give up because you're not doing it for yourself. You're doing it for other people, or because you think other people want you to lose weight, or you think you would fit in if you lost weight. But if you were to say, okay, the real reason I want to lose weight is so that I feel healthier, I don't feel bogged down all the time, my joints feel better and they're not hurting as much, I can easily move around, I can do the things I've always wanted to do, like hiking, canoeing, kayaking, without feeling as tired or as hurting by the end of it. And I get to have a more active lifestyle that I've wanted to have. And so reframing it into, okay, I'm doing this because of XYZ for myself. It's gonna make it much more easier to remotivate yourself and remind yourself why you're doing this goal down the line when you've lost motivation, or you're tired, or you're exhausted, or you aren't seeing the results as quickly as you wanted to in the first place. And so that is a way that you can continuously motivate yourself throughout your journey. Another way to motivate yourself is to plan for breaks, plan for days that you don't, do your goal at all. And make those rest days. Make them days you do something fun, something that takes your mind off your goal. Because if you're constantly focused on achieving your goal, you're gonna get burnt out eventually. And we want long-term success, long-term sustainability and commitment, right? Because we want you to achieve your goal. So it's best to plan
and
for
we
days
want to prevent that
because
you rest.
sometimes when
So
people go through
maybe
burnout, they just
5
quit. 5 days a week you work on your goal, and 2 days a week you don't, or 3 days a week you don't, or 4 days a week you don't, whatever it is. And on the days that you actually do work on your goal, make it a realistic, sustainable time period that you're going to work on your goal. Don't plan for, I'm going to do my goal for 3 hours today. Is that really something you can keep up with every day? Probably not. People have work and school and kids and pets and just, times that they feel tired. Even if you're single and you don't have any responsibilities amongst other people or pets or something like that, there's still going to be days where you just don't feel like doing it, even when it's on a non-rest day. So why don't you make a sustainable time to do this and plan for what you're going to do? So for example, working on your goal only 5 to 15 minutes on your goal working days. I know that sounds wild, only 5 to 15 minutes, but it really does add up over time. And even if you feel like doing way more in the moment because you feel hyped, you feel energized, because you feel like what you're doing isn't enough, in reality, the small things that you're doing now are enough in the long run, and that's the point. So setting aside 5 to 15 minutes and working really hard during those 5 to 15 minutes, multiple days a week over a long period of time, is going to yield you more results than just going off of pure excitement and adrenaline and motivation all the time of, oh, I'm going to work for 5 hours straight today towards my goal, and then you get tired and then you stop working for like a week, and then you start up again, and then you stop, and you start up and you stop. So that's what Spirit and I are trying to get across to you right now, is that small steps over time is enough. So with this talks about new perspective. And with this new perspective, this is also reminding me of maybe you're scared to achieve success, so you have been, unbeknownst to you, self-sabotaging. And this happens a lot more often than we think it does. It can happen because we really don't actually want to achieve the goal that we've set for ourselves because it's something other people want for us. Or maybe we are scared of achieving our goal because it means that there's going to be a lot of change in our lives, whether that is positive change or neutral or just change in general. But success can be scary because maybe you have never achieved this amount of success before. So you're scared as to how it's going to feel, what you're going to do, how it's going to affect your life. Another reason is for self-sabotaging is not feeling worthy of success or not feeling worthy of achieving your goals or getting what you desire and stuff like that. So a part of what is going to really help you in the long run is to figure out why you may be self-sabotaging. And I know that's a big bomb to drop in a reading about, goals and achieving goals, but it does apply, and it really is important, because if your subconscious is working against you, then it's going to make achieving your goals so much harder. So we need to figure out why your subconscious is working against you, and then try to start working with your brain, with healing, with releasing those blockages and those things that are holding you back, those beliefs that no longer serve you anymore. And this isn't just, woo-woo spiritual stuff. This is actually based in psychology. Getting to the root of a problem and then working on that problem and working on healing really does impact your life in a big way. It really does impact your life in a positive way when we start to weed through what is bogging us down and what is causing us to do the things that we're doing. So that is something that Spirit really encourages you to look into, and they really, really hope that, I really, really hope that you really do look into that and try to help yourself, because you will notice such a positive, amazing impact on your life once you start to actually help yourself. And I don't care if you're young, you're old, you are black, white, Hispanic, Asian, Polynesian, like whatever you look like, are like, believe in, gender you are, non-gender you are, whoever you are, you deserve to have beautiful things in this life. You deserve to be healthy, and you deserve to heal. You deserve to support yourself and to start healing today. That is a very important message coming through, because some generations, some people, some ways of life, some backgrounds have grown up thinking that they don't deserve healing or that they don't deserve good things in life because of their environment, the way they grew up, what other people told them, how they saw other people living. And Spirit is saying that that is not you. Those things are not you. What happened is not your fault. But you need to realize that you deserve healing, you deserve good things. You are a human being living a human life here on this earth, and you deserve to have amazing experiences, to be creative, to express yourself authentically and in ways that you want. You don't deserve to be cooped up and non-expressive and not be able to live life the way you want to live life. And however you help yourself and however you decide to start healing, just do it. As long as it's not harmful, like, drugs or alcohol or negative coping mechanisms. But just looking things up online. You don't have to go to a therapist if you don't want to, even though that is, awesome to do. And therapy really does help. I've been through therapy and it really did help me. It took me a few tries to find the right therapist because it's like trying on a pair of shoes. Not every pair of shoes is going to be your cup of tea. But even if you don't go down therapy or counseling type of route, just looking up like self-help books or mindfulness techniques, doing something to try to help yourself is all that Spirit wants you to try to do during this time, is to take that first step of at least trying to help yourself in some way. Okay, we have writer, messenger, movement, travel, news, deliver goals, public venues, society, crowd, audience, party, meeting, event, a date, community, outdoors, playing field. So your goal might have to do with being in the public eye, and it might have to do with having an audience of some sort. And so part of the reason why you have been having so much anxiety is, you're afraid of judgment from other people. But through working on healing with yourself, the public eye isn't going to be as daunting because you're going to be so sure of yourself and so confident in yourself and know who you are that anything positive or negative that other people say to you isn't going to hit as hard, isn't going to feel as bad because you know who you are deep down. And that is why, maybe you haven't achieved your goal just yet, is because Spirit is trying to say that, there needs to still be some healing here because they don't want you to get this goal and then not enjoy it as much as you would if you were a little bit more healed. And Spirit is saying you don't have to be perfectly healed up because that's impossible, right? It's impossible to be perfect, but they're just preparing you mentally for your goal, for achieving success. And they're saying that you can do it. You just need to believe in yourself, and you need to realize that you really are awesome. You really are deserving of this goal, and you really are deserving of success and achieving these beautiful things. I mean, I'm looking at these two cards and it's just so beautiful because this is, somebody riding a horse off into the sunset, literally, and then a beautiful garden venue with a fountain, and it looks so elegant and posh. And maybe part of this success is receiving a lot of influence or a lot of money, and you are afraid of what your life will become because maybe you are more used to a rugged lifestyle, because horses remind me of like cowboys or farmers or people just living rugged lifestyles. So you're going from a rugged lifestyle to a more posh, elegant, influencing, having more money type of lifestyle. And this is going to happen. Like, you are going to achieve your goal. I want you to know that you are going to achieve your goal eventually. But the time it takes you to achieve your goal may change depending on the healing that you do or the work that you do on yourself and around receiving success and around receiving achievements and being comfortable with a lifestyle change. Also, there is a thing called imposter syndrome, and you may face this sometimes when achieving success, where you feel like you don't deserve it, but Spirit is saying you do deserve it. You have worked hard and you know your stuff. You know, you just need to believe in yourself because you are so awesome. You are so intelligent. You are so talented. You are so amazing, pile 3. And you just need to believe this about yourself. You really are a badass. You are awesome. If you need to say these affirmations to yourself, do it. Do it over and over again, every night as you're falling asleep, in the morning when you get up, when you look into the mirror, because you deserve success. You deserve good things in this life. Oh my God. Oh. Okay, so for some of you, this is not supposed to be a love reading, but here we are. Some of you may be meeting a man, and there's going to be passion, there's going to be chemistry, and it is going to be a beautiful relationship. And I'm seeing that this person that you're meeting is going to have a delicate side to them, but also a fiery, passionate side to them. And you're going to be able to see both sides of this person. And it's going to be a healthy, happy relationship. And yeah, so that is a small message coming through. I'm not going to go too deep into this because Spirit is leaving this as a surprise, but that is going to happen. So, wow, that is so beautiful. So this deception card, this snake card, is for a few different things, different messages for different people. First of all, watch out for any deceivers, romantic deceivers. If a person seems like beyond too good to be true, like they have no flaws, they have no insecurities, they seem like a god, like they're so perfect that they seem like a god, then that person is probably lying about some things, and they might be deceiving about some things. They might be saying the right things just to get into your pants. But that's not for everybody, but that is for some people in this pile. This other side to this deception card is deceiving yourself into thinking that you don't deserve these things just because somebody else in your situation isn't receiving these things. And Spirit is saying that everything happens for a reason. Everything is in divine timing. And, sometimes it's just not that other person's time yet, but it is your time. This snake is about self-deception. And imposter syndrome is like self-deception because you think that you don't deserve something, or that you aren't actually an expert, or you aren't actually smart, or you aren't actually deserving of something, when in reality all the facts add up, and they say that you are. So whatever this deception is needs to be addressed. Also, this deception could be talking about external influences, like the music we listen to, the movies we watch, the YouTubers we watch, the influencers we follow on social media, the news, the books we read. What do you ingest on a day-to-day basis? Is it mostly positive things, or is it mostly negative things? Does the protagonist always lose? Are they always down on their luck? Does the protagonist feel like they have imposter syndrome and they're not deserving of success? Does the protagonist, or the main character, or the main person, or the main vibe of what you're ingesting give you an overall sense of dread or anxiety, or not being deserving, or that good things don't happen to good people? Or what is it that you are listening to, watching, ingesting, reading, and consuming on a day-to-day basis? That needs to be addressed. That's a huge thing, because if all you're feeding your brain is all of these negative things, how do you expect your brain to look at the world in a positive way? So Spirit wants you to start being mindful of what you consume, being mindful of how much you consume. So if you are watching a lot of TV and that's really all you do on a day-to-day basis, first of all, maybe cutting back on how much you watch TV would be good for you. And second of all, changing what you're watching to a more positive thing, because we don't want this deception to continue in your life and to cheat you and deceive you out of your successes. We want you to be successful. We want you to have long-term success. You know, we want this dude out of here. This thing, those lies, those influences out of here. We don't want that in your life anymore, pile 3. We want positive things, encouraging things, motivational things, supportive things. We want you to be consuming things that help you subconsciously and consciously, that give you hope, that give you motivation. Also, stop worrying about what other people think of you. Stop worrying about external judgments, you know, social media and societal norms. Stop worrying about other people's thoughts of you, because you don't need their judgments. And also, it doesn't matter what they think. It doesn't matter what other people think of you, especially when you know who you are. And when you know that you are an awesome, badass, amazing person, and that you deserve success, you deserve good things in this life, you deserve blessings and miracles, healthy relationships, harmonious relationships, healthy, loving, harmonious environments, home and professionally. So if you're afraid of like putting yourself out there on social media, or like if you have a YouTube channel, you're afraid of being yourself on camera or something like that because of these other people online, just think about it rationally for a second, which I know that not everything is about rationality. It's also about emotions and stuff like that. But just stay with me here for a moment. Those people posting those mean things, first of all, do they themselves know what constructive criticism is? You have no idea if they know that or not. Secondly, are they doing this because they're bored and they just like taking their boredom out on other people and stirring up things to get attention? You don't know. Do they just like causing drama? You have no idea. Are they just a negative person in general and they just take their misery and spite out on other people? Maybe. You have no idea. You don't know them. That's the point. You don't know them, pile 3. So how can you take their opinions seriously since you don't actually know them? Our brains are naturally, negatively biased. We just latch on to a negative comment. It doesn't matter if there's 100, 1,000, a million positive comments. If we see one comment that's negative, our brain just like really hones in and focuses on it. And the thing is that that's normal, that's natural, but you have to work through it, because that one negative comment, if you have 1,000 positive comments, that one probably, you should just not even consider taking it for a grain of salt. It doesn't even matter. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter. And it's up to us to start rewiring our brain, to look at the positive, to consider the positive things, to rewire our brain into looking at everything with a more positive mindset, and to also have the confidence in ourselves that we're okay. It's okay for that random person to have their unsolicited opinion. That's okay. That doesn't bother me. They can do what they want. I'm going to have my own opinion. I believe that I am deserving of success and that I love what I'm doing, and that, what I'm doing is perfectly fine. They can do whatever they want to do. There is no way to please everybody. No way. I mean, even in this picture, like, does everybody look pleased in this picture? And there's only 3 people. No, they don't all look happy in this picture. They look like they're having some mixed emotions there. And that's how large groups of people are anyways. It's literally impossible to get everybody on the same page, to please everybody in the same exact way. And there's going to be 1,000 people out there doing the same thing that you're doing or thinking of doing. But are those reasons to be discouraged? No. You want to know why? Because you deserve to be happy and to do what you want to do, even if other people are doing it, or even if other people don't want you to do it. Because do those other people matter? No. Who matters, pile 3? Who matters, pile 3? You do. You matter. And you deserve to be happy and to do what you want to do, to live how you want to live, and to achieve your goals and to achieve your success. That is what Spirit wants you to understand. And as far as, oh, well, why should I even try doing this? Like, why should I put my art out there when there's like a million other people who are way better at painting than I am, or at sculpting than I am? Because you shouldn't compare yourself to other people. And what does it matter what those other people are doing? Who cares what those other people are doing? You are you. You're going to do what you're going to do. You're going to do what you want to do. And if you want to paint, why should you not let other people see your paintings and drawings? It doesn't matter what your art looks like compared to other people. You know, there's going to be a million people that aren't as good as painting as you are. But does that mean you shouldn't put your artwork out there? No. It doesn't matter what other people think. It doesn't matter what other people are doing themselves. What matters is that you are having a good time, that you love doing what you're doing, and that if you want to share it with the world, you share it with the world. Alrighty, pile 3. So I'm going to share some more practical advice for you for achieving your goals. But I have a feeling that a lot of this is coming down to more of an emotional side to things, more of a subconscious side to things. And those are the reasons that you have been having a harder time achieving your goal. But I will share a more practical points that you can write down, that you can help yourself. So first of all, pace yourself. You know, you can't achieve something magically overnight. There's going to be a process to the whole thing, and getting into the frame of mind that you will need to commit yourself to this goal for a long time is going to help you, because it'll mentally prepare you for if it takes longer than you originally thought it was going to take. So if you think it's going to take a certain amount of time, I would double or triple that time so that you can mentally prepare for it in case it does take double or triple the time, so that you don't get as discouraged if you're not seeing the results as quickly as you thought you were going to see them. Another thing is to make a schedule for yourself on the days that you are going to commit to your goal and the days that you're going to rest from your goal. You know, because you need a break so you don't get burnt out. Pacing yourself is important. And I know this is, it looks like word vomit, but this did start out as being a list, and then I got some ideas and it kind of turned into a big blob, but that's okay. Alrighty, so come up with a solid game plan for yourself. This is going to be like a long-term solid game plan. So first of all, you're going to write down your goal. You're going to write down all the steps you need to take to achieve your goal. These steps that you need to take to achieve your goal are going to be more broad stroke steps. So after you write down the steps you need to achieve your goal, next you're going to break the steps down further into more reasonable bite-sized pieces, and you're going to schedule those bite-sized pieces over a long period of time. And if I were you, I would have a list of all the bite-sized pieces from step 1 on a piece of paper next to the place that you're going to be working on your goal. So if that's your computer, if that's at the gym, then put it next to your gym clothes. If it's, wherever it is, keep it with you. And before your 5 to 15 minutes start for that day on you working toward your goal, pick out on that list what you're going to do for that day so that it doesn't eat up into the time that you're going to be spending on your goal. Another thing is to plan for losing motivation, plan for burnout. And during these times, you can help remotivate yourself with a playlist that you make for yourself. This playlist is going to have a bunch of songs, movies, videos, people, and things in it that motivate you, that give you drive, that give you energy and hope, and give you the motivation you need to keep going. So if you really like a certain type of music and it really like inspires you, for example, Latin music, if you love Latin music and it inspires you and it motivates you, put that on the playlist. If you like a certain TED talk that somebody gave, put that on the playlist. If you really enjoy metal music or something, put it on the playlist. If you have a video of Markiplier, like Markiplier gave a like inspirational video a few years ago. I can't remember what the video is called, but if you have a certain YouTuber that you love and they gave an inspirational video that helps you out, put it on the dang playlist, because this playlist is going to be to help remotivate you during those hard times and to help revitalize you. Not only that, but writing down the reason why you are trying to achieve this goal in the first place. And whenever you need motivation, reading that letter to yourself of why you're achieving this goal. Because whenever we remind ourselves why, it helps us see the big picture again. Because sometimes if we have gone a long time doing the day-to-day or doing the tasks on the list, we lose sight of the bigger picture. Another thing to help you organize and plan is to make a vision board. I just heard a bunch of groans and moans when I said vision board, but this really did help me, and it is helping me right now. So I just thought I would share it with you. It's different than the typical vision board, so I'm gonna break it down. And I linked the video for this vision board down in the description below. Feel free to watch it. The lady, that's where I got this vision board idea, was from her. She uses it herself and she says it works. There's other people in the comments of her video that said it worked for them, which is why I'm sharing it. And also, I'm not sponsored by her, affiliated with her, or anything like that as of right now when this video is coming out. So anyways, it's broken down into 3 parts. Part 1, you write down what is your goal. Part 2, what are the actions you need to do to achieve your goal. Part 3 is one of the most important parts, is to how to support yourself during the process. So basically, what do you need to do to help yourself over time to achieve this goal? With vision boards, for me, it gets overwhelming if the entire thing is covered in pictures. So how I do my vision boards is, for the part 1 section, the upper half is going to have the pictures that I want to visualize, and the bottom third or bottom half is going to have my goal written out for me. And then same thing over here, top part pictures, bottom part is going to be a list of the steps I need to take to achieve my goal. In part 3 down here, a list of pictures, a list of things. So for this part, you're going to put everything that you want with achieving your goal. So what is your monthly income going to be? What company are you going to work for? Are you opening your own company? What is your company logo? What is your YouTube channel logo? What is your YouTube channel called? What is the subscriber count? What is the dream comment or the dream review that you want about your company or your YouTube channel or whatever you create? And put pictures of that. And then with part 2, what actions do you need to take? Do you need to edit videos? Do you need to film yourself? Put pictures of you editing on your computer, of you filming, of you painting, or of you doing what you need to do to achieve your goals. Part 3, how to support yourself during the process. So for me, I put that I need to spend some time to myself, have some me time, some fun things that aren't related to achieving my goal. I need to get good sleep, good quality sleep. I need to have some coffee to help me focus. I need to do a skincare routine because skincare makes me feel happier. And if you are helping yourself support yourself throughout this mentally and emotionally and physically, you're going to have an easier time doing these things because we want a work-life balance, right? Also, you know, this how to support myself during the process could be hiring an editor, hiring somebody to help me, or getting advice like financial advice, or I don't know, something. But these are ways to support yourself and things that spark joy, that help you maintain a positive attitude. So like putting meditation on here would be a very beneficial thing. So that is the vision board. Another thing for people that have ADHD is to make a blocked schedule for yourself. And what I mean by a blocked schedule is to have a due date, a clear due date of when you want to have step one or part of step one or whatever done by the end of the week. And then throughout the week, make days that you're allowing yourself to work on your goal. And obviously rest days as well. But mark on your calendar what you need to get done that day or that week, and allow yourself to have a flexible time to do it, because setting due dates, hard due dates, helps with ADHD people, but setting specific times and scheduling their every minute throughout the day is not very helpful. At least that's what I've seen with myself and on self-help ADHD videos online in several places. The main thing that I've seen over and over is that scheduling a hard set due date is helpful, but giving yourself a little bit more wiggle room with when you get those things done during the week can be very helpful. So with somebody that doesn't have ADHD, that is neurotypical, you know, it may be more helpful for you to set specific times that you do your goals throughout the week. So setting a specific time you're going to do something and setting an alarm for that to remind you when to do it and to follow through and be consistent with yourself. Another thing that can be helpful is to say positive affirmations to yourself throughout this process, which I know people groan at positive affirmations, but it does really help. Saying positive affirmations to yourself, watching videos of people succeeding, watching or listening to podcasts about stories of people succeeding, and visualizing yourself succeeding, visualizing yourself healing and being able to receive success and positive change into your life, and visualizing what it's going to be like for you. If you visualize what success is going to feel like to you, what the positive changes are going to be in your life whenever you achieve this success, it might make it easier to start accepting that reality into your life, because it won't be as scary because you have already been visualizing yourself doing these things. Yeah, so those are some practical things you can do for yourself. So I pre-printed out a few messages for each pile, one for each pile, and the one that I printed for you guys is that you are a badass. So I want to put this in the middle here to remind you guys how much of a badass you guys really are. You guys have been through so much in life, and you're still here, you're still standing. You are so strong, and I want you to know that you really can do this. You can heal, you can receive success into your life, you can achieve your goals. I believe in you. Spirit believes in you. You are a badass. You can do this, pile 3. Okay, so the cards that popped out is number 6. I am nurturing. Your heart is your gift. You are a natural born nurturer, so and have a great talent for helping and healing others. Spirit, you are the epitome of self-sacrifice and a protector of those you love. Oh, that is so sweet. So as always that I say with this card is Be careful with self-sacrificing. Honestly, you can help other people without self-sacrificing. And it's important that you take care of yourself, your mental well-being, your physical well-being, your emotional well-being, and just your well-being in general, because you deserve it too. You deserve to be cared for as much as you care for everybody else. And make sure that there is a good balance between caring for yourself and caring for others. I am successful! Fam! Yo, pile 3. Okay, that's so wild. I told you you would be successful. I told you you are going to be successful. Your talent for setting and reaching goals is like no other. You are self-sufficient and capable of achieving your ambitions. 8 represents the ebb and flow, the infinite loop of creation. I am successful. You are successful, pile 3. You will achieve your goals, you will achieve your ambitions, and whatever you set your mind to, you will be successful. Claim it right now. You will be successful. I will be successful. Say it out loud to yourself and believe it, because it is happening. It will happen. It is going to happen. It's happening right now. It's in the works right now. That is so awesome. Okay, and then lastly, some advice for you from Spirit. Number 3, gratitude. A grateful heart is of the light. Count your many blessings. Make a list of 10 things you appreciate and why you're grateful right now in this exact moment. Pray over them and give thanks. Blessings will rise in abundance when you open your heart to receive through the feeling of deep gratitude. Oh, hi, baby. Oh, Brandy. Oh my God. Are you okay, baby? So Brandy's here to lighten the mood too. So, yeah. With practicing gratitude, it has been shown to help rewire your brain to see things in a more positive way. And I'm sure some of you are like, ugh, it always comes back to gratitude. But it's true. You know, the more grateful you are, the more you're showing your brain to look for positive things. So 11, dance it out, move your body. Dance it out, move your body, celebrate the joys in your life. You're working diligently toward your goals, and you must take time to celebrate your wins, big and small, with music and dance. Take a 3-minute pause and have a dance party right now. Shake it off, bounce it out, let loose and let go. Life is meant for fun and dance. Feel the shift in your energy after a few minutes of dancing to the music, aligning you to your high vibrational essence once again. Oh, that is so beautiful. So again, celebrating the joys in life, celebrating the wins, celebrating yourself and how far you've came. And that is a beautiful message, is not only to work towards your goals, but celebrate along the way. Celebrate the milestones you hit. Have you been working towards your goal for a month, a week, 2 weeks, a day? You know, whatever it is. Make it to where you celebrate your progress, because every small step that you take, it does result in big positive changes. And celebrate where you've come from is what I'm hearing. Number 15, you are awakening to your truest desires. You are a powerful co-creator with the universe. Follow your passions. What lights your belly and soul on fire? What makes you smile just as a thought that comes to mind? Do not overanalyze. Your soul knows the way. Those reoccurring thoughts and feelings you have are there for a reason. Follow your passions in confidence. Awake to the power within you as a creator. The choices are yours. Follow the nudge and step into the unknown. Awake. Oh, that is so beautiful. I love that. Yeah, so you know what you want, and it's okay to want those things. Your desires are there for a reason, pile 3. It's okay to want more in this life, to desire more in this life. And celebrate yourself, celebrate your wins, practice gratitude. You are a co-creator with the universe. You know, wishes do come true, miracles do come true. And not only that, but goals and achievements do come true. So with that, pile 3, that was your reading. I hope that this resonated with you and that it helped you in more than one way. And If it did help, please leave a comment down below sharing how this reading resonated with you, and make sure you hit that subscribe button as well if you want to see more of me and the channel and you want more readings. So thank you so much for letting me read for you. I really do appreciate it, and I can't wait to read for you again in the future. Have a beautiful day or night wherever you are in this beautiful world. Bye!